This is something that I just cannot really know where to start on, really. The thing is, the Skyforge players got the news of Skyforge shutting down last Thursday. Oh, but for me, it hit me like a fucking truck. I know for like the last streams, I've been trying to mask that pretty well. But it's now trying to reach this point and trying to actually tell what has been happening. It's been really horrible. I know some people don't really know what even this game is about. I know some people are actually happy to see this game go. Some people are actually saying like, "Oh, by the finally this game is going. It should have been gone for like longer and stuff." But for me, I created such a foundation for this game. I even created my character based on the game. And for a lot of people, that is just like your freaking commitment. And for a game that was like, we were kind of seeing like the light on the end of the tunnel when the game finally got to another editor. I call it editor, but it's not like exactly an editor. When they finally got to another department and stuff like that, when it went to 4 games, we were seeing like some sort of development. We were seeing able to see some upgrades. We were able to see improvements, and we were hopeful. We were hopeful that finally good things were about to happen. And I assumed that was the whole situation. That was the whole idea that 4 games was going for. But the thing is, it just hit us like a truck as soon as they told us that they were like even starting off like the news like, oh, we really enjoyed working with this. It made us really happy and stuff like that. But at the middle of the announcement saying that they were really displeased to say that the project Skyforge was gonna be basically shut down. I was never more betrayed than this. I don't think I've never felt more betrayed than that. Because I was visioning myself playing this game even in my 40s. And eventually I've heard some people saying that MMOs don't last as long. Some MMOs only last for like 6 years. And Skyforge lasting for 10 years was a good run. But I think I've wasted way too much of my tears, or at least I've cried far too many tears. But at this point, I just don't have any more tears to cry. I'm pissed. I at this point, I'm just like the only thing I can do is just really enjoy the game while it's still up. For those who are curious to understand for how long the game's still gonna be up, the game's still gonna be up for PC until September 3rd. For console, is gonna be at October 29th. I will jump on to the next scene to showcase the news that was released. I will also add up a Q&A. Interestingly, they will still release the rest of the updates that were supposed to happen, meaning that we're still gonna have the invasion. And yes, there was a lot of like delays. So we're still in Fighter Nights technically, and hopefully we will have Mechanoids this Wednesday. Which kind of sucks because I'm gonna have way too much stuff to do that day already. But I feel if I'm gonna be throughout the stream kind of like in a bitter state, you kind of understand what I'm going through over this. I'm kind of like really sad at this point, but I've already like cried far too much on that day that I just don't have in me to cry even more. I guess when I start to like try to go back in some of the memories that I had into this game, perhaps it's gonna hit me even more. But let's hop on to Skyforge and let's see what the news actually says to us. game is here, yes. But let me just like up just so I don't get disconnected. And it is correct. Okay. So website. There we go. So this is the link they gave us on the Discord. And this is gonna hit me like a truck, but this is like the third time I already say this, but I'm gonna say it again and again and again. So they basically kind of gave off an announcement very similar to this one, but here. Immortals. Over the years, you have embarked upon countless adventures, gained thousands of victories in battle, earned billions of various currencies, obtained billions of argents, and found many loyal allies. Alien's story has become your own and ours as well. That is why that part right here. Monday was saying that, I was like, oh, they're gonna say something really awesome. That sometime when they said something kind of like that when they were like passing on to another developer, or not developer, but another like editor. I call it editors, but it's they from when they passed from my games to 4 games and to Nova as well. And basically I was like, well, that was a good change. But when I saw the rest, I was like, what? That is why it's incredibly difficult for us to share the following news. Unfortunately, the Skyforge project is going to be closed, and its servers in Europe and America shut down. They don't mention the Russian servers, funny enough, because that's why a lot of people were asking, what about the Russian servers? But apparently, also, the Russian servers are also going to be closed. The shutdown will occur in 2 stages. All payments of the 4 game and Steam platforms will be disabled on August 1st, 2025. So it's already been disabled. So you will no longer be able to purchase in-game items. They kind of like are telling you that you can no longer like try to purchase origins or try to purchase victor medals, anything like that with real money, as to not advise you, as to kind of like advise you to not waste your real money since the game is gonna close anyway. Servers will be shut down on September 3rd, 2025 for the platforms 4 game and Steam. Funny thing is, if you go and try to look for the game on Steam, you cannot find the game anymore. Oi, João, tudo bem? Estou a falar sobre uma notícia que vai acontecer com o Skyforge. Vê se consegues entender. We will do all we can to ensure the shutdown goes as smoothly as possible for you. The Skyforge team will continue supporting its players and maintaining the game until September 3rd. If you have any questions regarding the Skyforge shutdown, you may contact us our support in this email. This hit me so much. I swear to God, I was actually on my mom's bedroom. I was on my mom's bed because I'm on her bedroom. It was actually kind of like colder a little bit. It was much fresh. Our whole house was really hot, but my parents' bedroom was really fresh back then. So I was like looking at Discord and suddenly got like a notification. I clicked it, and I saw that I screamed no. I had to scream it twice, so fucking loud. And my mom was like, "What are you screaming no for?" And I was like, I was bawling tears so much. My mom was even like, "What are you acting like a goddamn baby for? It's just a game." I think she does not understand, and I cannot blame her. She did not witness the experience that I went through, the memories that I went through with this game. Oh, I'm already gonna get emotional. But there were so many things I went through, the 6 years that I've been through with this game, and it's upsetting. It's really upsetting because I was envisioning myself going much further down the line with this. And I'm sad because I was hoping I was gonna be able to be a change for this game. And hopefully I was able to also be able to go along and be able to make the game reach out to many other players and be able to make it great. I know it feels like shallow words, But at this point, I am struggling to even speak. I feel like I'm having so many memories overflowing in my brain of the things that I did in the game as to help out and how far I've come. Not only as a player of the game, but as a person as well. Sim, o jogo vai fechar. E em pouco menos de um mês. Aliás, vai ser um mês, mas tiram dia disso. But alas, before I still go deeper into my own memories, there's also the FAQ. They actually were pretty cool to actually thought about like the 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 questions that we as players we would have, and they thought about like most of them. Depois do mês o jogo vai fechar para sempre. Basically, the first one is, will I be able to play Skyforge until the servers are shut down? And yes, you will. The game will remain available to all players until the servers are turned off on September 3rd. Why is the project shutting down? That was the first thing I was like thinking about, like, what is the reason behind this? The right holder has made the decision to discontinue the project on all platforms. I don't know who's the right holder. I'm not sure. I don't think it's Innova because I believe Innova is the developer. I think Allods is the one that has like the headsets and stuff like that. But it was like the initial developer. Now the rights holder probably is still Allods. I'm not sure. I'm honestly confused. Mas alguém específico não conseguiram financiar ou foi devido a cheat. Não. Basicamente o que está a dizer aqui é que quem assegura os direitos do jogo não fizeram a decisão de descontinuar o projeto de todas as plataformas. Quer dizer que quem está com os direitos do jogo não querem continuar o pagamento. What will happen to my account? You may continue using your account on 4Game and Steam to access other projects on these platforms. Basically, what we're telling you is that if you still have like an account on 4Games and Steam, you can still access like any other projects from like 4Games, for example. And the thing is, 4Games only has like 3 other games. And from like what I know from some other players, it's not as appealing. I That's all I know. Eu vou ver um curso em inglês que a minha mãe um dia desses vai ser bom para estágio. Ótimo. What will happen to my in-game account after the shutdown? That's one thing that once I read that question, I was like, will it disappear for good? You will no longer be able to log into Skyforge, and the account will become inaccessible. They did not say it was going to be destroyed. Nor did they say they was just going to eliminate the account. It was just going to be inaccessible. Meaning that if there's any hope to bring the game back, the accounts will remain. And the good thing is, I hope we as people don't start like spending everything. I'm actually not gonna be spending everything. Maybe I can go a little bit nuts on the Argents, perhaps, but I'm not gonna go too much because the fact that they said that did not say that they were gonna be deleting the accounts means that they're still putting the game in a way that if there's any sort of like restore, like any sort of like possible restoration, then they have a way to like back up things up. And honestly, that gives me a little bit of like a little bit of hope. Is it possible to transfer my account or characters to another platform? No, it isn't. All versions of the game to all platforms will be closed, and transferring characters on accounts will not be possible. I think what they're thinking on is like, can I transfer my 4Games account to like a PS5 account? Actually, more like a P. Actually, yeah, I think Skyforge is available on PS5, I believe. And no, you can't. You just can't. That's kind of like the whole like premise that everyone was thinking of, like having like crossplay. But Skyforge for the longest time since 2012 was supposed to have crossplay, but never had it. What will happen to the project's social media communities in general? We will see supporting the project's social media communities, and commenting will be disabled. Some groups may be removed. Basically, they might as well just like put the whole Discord on private because the new players might as well not even know what the game is because they will not be able to play it. The thing is, I wish the game can keep like the servers as like private servers, so people can still enjoy it even though there's not going to be any updates. Will there be any special activities before the project is closed? That is something they have mentioned, and I was wondering. That is interesting because I wasn't not accounting for that. Apparently, yes. In the last month, every player will have the opportunity to try out various equipment and participate in special events. Further details will be announced later. By last month, will they mention like the last 3 days? Or did they actually mean like until there's like a month left? In that case, it will start counting by now. Because it's already a month from now on. Actually, it should have been from yesterday to a month. And uh, oh, this is really hard for me. I'm trying to be positive about this, but it's not being easy. Especially because I'm trying my best to not trying to reflect on the memories that I had back then, or even the whole work that I put onto this game. Oh boy. But they're planning to do something. They said every player will have the opportunity to try out various equipment and participate in special events. They're putting out they're putting up like a special events, meaning they're either one, they're putting up like something they already have, or they're putting up something that has been like long gone and it's like making a comeback, or something like completely new. And trying out various equipments, I'm guessing that they're giving us all the legendary weapons. I'm honestly sorry. I'm honestly cool with that. Even though I almost have all the legendary weapons at this point, I really don't have a need to have access to all the legendary weapons because at this point, the only legendary weapon that I really want and I don't have access to it is the one of the Walker weapons that makes the plants much stronger. That's the only one I don't have access to. But for now, this is what we have so far. And one thing that I've also discovered, sorry about that, is that there's also something that someone decided to do to gather signatures. And it is something it's basically on change.org. And I did put my own signature, but as you can see, there's not a lot of signatures. Reverse the decision to discontinue Skyforge. I don't have much of hope that this is gonna make a freaking difference because it would have to go on the thousands to make a really big difference. But if you guys are seeing this, you guys are worried about the fate of this of Skyforge, and feel like this could actually help out and maybe bring out like the attention of like Innova, maybe this won't be so useless after all. The problem. For the past 10 years, Skyforce has been more than just a video game for many of us. It has been a vibrant community and a second where we've invested not just money, but immeasurable amounts of time and passion. This English is terrible, honestly. Some of us have logged thousands, even tens of thousands of hours in Skyforge. Guilty as charged. Bonding with friends and forging unforgettable memories. The announcement discontinuing Skyforge is not just the closure of the game, but the end of an era of its dedicated community. This decision affects hundreds, if not thousands, of us who have made this part of our daily lives. Skyforge is unique with its distinctive class system, open world concept, and stunning graphics. Funny thing, Skyforge still has really good graphics for a game from the 2015. Even though games nowadays are kind of like more realistic for a MMO, I saw. I'm sorry if I'm gonna feel like I'm gonna call out on the game. I saw like some other MMOs that has been released like after Skyforge. But I tell you what, Skyforge still has better graphics than some of the other games that have been released after that. To the intro. It has brought players together, fostering friendships and creating moments that will last a lifetime. We're not just asking to keep a game alive, we're asking to preserve a community and a digital space that encourages creativity, strategy, and unity. By reversing the decision to discontinue Skyforge, the developers can continue to provide a platform that supports diverse its player base and celebrates the legacy of an extraordinary game. This game, by the way, it's 10 years. It started on 2015. I know I'm gonna be like a goddamn parrot when it comes to this, but not a lot of games last that long. At least MMORPGs don't last this long. We call it on the game's developers and copy holders right at the Musicura LLC. I think that's the actual, is it Musicura LLC? I don't think it is. In Wyoming to reconsider their decision. Take account of the votive fan base and explore feasible alternatives to preserve Skyforge's future. The game was only in your hands since March of 2025. Holy shit, that was only that little time. We're only in August. And they made the call in freaking July. April, June. That was only 3 months. And they already made the fucking call. They really didn't have that much time in their hands to make that call. Once the transfer was fully complete from My Games, it takes to a different ownership model, implementing community driven support options, or seeking other viable avenues to keep the service running. Every effort should be made to ensure this game's survival and a new feature. Please join me in urging the copyrights holders to reverse their decision. Sign this petition to keep Skyforge alive and maintaining the world look like maintaining the world look like this or whatever. This is not a good English, but I would assume that this person maybe was perhaps Russian. I'm not sure. But there are already some commenters. And currently so far I only have about 86 verified signatures. And it is like kind of like an accepted one, so it's not something that like someone just did it. It's not like been like okayed by the change org. So it's kind of like a legit one. I'm I'm not sure this is gonna be too successful, but if people are willing to see this and willing to actually make a difference for the game and probably just turn the tides, I would love to see this happen. But alas, we need to continue. I think I'm still gonna have time to reminisce a little bit of the memories. And let me turn on the audio. There we go. I know the quality seems a little bit shitty, but I always have to put it on a kind of a shitty quality. Like medium with some things disabled so as to not make my character go all laggy. So, I don't remember the last time I did like, oh my god, what was the last time I actually streamed Skyforge? It was like almost a month ago. It was almost a month ago. I think I skipped a Skyforge stream like twice. Holy moly. How about Steven? So it's been a long time, and honestly, it has not changed a bit because, well, the invasion has not changed. And with the whole thing of the right holders and stuff like that, and the game going to shut down, I'm honestly not even surprised. They were just keep on delaying. So if we are to do the challenge, actually today is not too bad. Well, the exception of the trial. The trial may be a little bit tough, but aside from that, none of them are too bad. I think I can still handle the trial pretty tightly. So the last time we did the wheel thing. Let me summon the wheel first. There we go. Last time we got a Necromancer. Before that, we had Grove Walker. So it cannot be Grove Walker, nor it can be a Necromancer. Necromancer is actually on the purple one, while the Grove Walker is on the yellow one. I don't know which one I'm gonna get today. I have feeling it's gonna be somewhere on the cyan one. But it could be also because I'm just looking straight at it. Let's see. Spin that wheel. Ooh, it has sound even. Ah. I mean, it can work, I guess. It was just at the side of Necromancer, too. By the yellow god. Okay, kinetic it is. It's not gonna be too bad, honestly. Oh, I forgot to do it on the vertical side. Sorry about that, but believe me when I say it was actually kinetic, as you can see. I have to find a way to make the wheel work. Curious from home stage basic minuso. Dragon technique também. Okay, so first and foremost, change to kinetic. Fun fact, even before I started before I even started playing the game, people were saying that kinetic was incredibly strong. But after I started playing the game, I saw nobody saying that kinetic was a viable DPS. So I guess this whole thing of... Also, where the heck... Was always a thing like that? Wait, hold on. Oh, was it always like this? Was it always like slaved up like that? Oh, that looks so weird now. I'm suddenly like having like a nice just surprises where I never thought that the weaponry the kinetic was like flipped up like that. That feels so fucking weird.
Are rather attractive.
Okay, so first things first. Let's do for catacombs. Oh, I'm gonna be in quite a bit of space. Do I remember anything about this place? Oh, I like the lightning here. Yeah, the lightning here.
A little something to help you out.
I like the lightning here. Where's the lightning coming for? Huh.
Supply? Really?
Let me get the best equipment possible. I did do some changes on my equipment. I was hoping to focus on my exoskeletons even more, but unfortunately, now that the game is gonna be shutting down, I don't feel that big drive on focusing on my equipment as much. I just wish to like take a breather of everything that is like out and about in the game. When it comes to kinetic, I usually don't know like a really good combo of it. But most of the times I'll just do this to just clear out most of the enemies and just keep doing left clicks until I have like have some good amounts of stacks. Then do the right clicks if the enemy is perhaps a little bit shaky. There we go. I probably should be doing the side quests, but honestly, it's not a requirement for me to be able to do the directives at a certain score. I mean, it could be like a more specific thing, but honestly, as long as that don't change, should be all okay. Yep. The right clicks of the kinetic can be insanely great. I need to get out of here. You cannot be in the darkness, because the darkness can go through you. Actually, it's just give you damage over time, honestly. There we go. Also, if you guys want to know how my day has been, I know my usual viewers aren't here, but I want to know how my day has been. I did say that I needed to go to bed earlier today, and I did. I promise I did. But I eventually when I woke up, I was feeling like a goddamn zombie. But eventually, I had the help of my dad to be able to wake up better. And my dad also took me to my grandpa's house. God bless the man. And weirdly enough, the goddamn man was already ready to go to do his analysis. He was like already in his goddamn truck because we were having like we weren't sure he was gonna feel like all right to either take the truck or actually we would have to call up a Uber for both of us to go to the clinic. Funny enough, as soon as me and my dad got there, he was already in the truck, so we didn't waste that much time. We just went straight in there. And during the analysis, he was like really chill and stuff like that. I just had to like help him out when he was like walking because sometimes since he was like having a lot of weight on him, sometimes not because he was overweight, but rather because he was a little bit debilitated. I ended up having to hold a lot of things. Also because he was also going to be doing an electrocardiogram, I had to hold on to his keys. He always brings a lot of keys with him. Most of the times for no reason. And after that, we also went to grab groceries for him. And he was a little upset for a good reason because he was trying to grab up chicken. And there was no lady to attend to us. I said to him that like, oh, we'll go back again after later. We'll grab up the rest. But I completely forgot to do that. So I ended up just leaving the whole grocery shop without actually buying the chicken. And the thing is, I actually went back to the place to put back the carrier that we had, and bought some like pastels or some things to eat. And found out that the woman was still not there. So there was no point. And actually, before I left to go and like put the carrier back into place, I saw that my grandpa was actually not feeling all good, and he was getting a little bit whitish on his skin. Later, when I was home, my mom told me that they actually found anemia in his blood, and apparently he was like a long time anemia. So he was supposed to be diagnosed with anemia for quite a long time. And I'm saying like a lot of ants. That was just the way that I just can't progress with conversations. It's also hard for me to be able to think and play at the same time, and I'm not sure if I'm the only one in this goddamn universe that has this problem. But eventually he came around. He apparently has to drink a lot of fucking water. And he's also gonna have to do other later exams, but that's not gonna be my problem at this point. The thing is, after we arrive at his house and I have to go to mine, since my street is going under the constructions, they had to break off almost every little inchy part of my goddamn street, and there's like no way that I could walk around. You know, there's like those little sides, the street sides that you walk on. Basically, those things were completely fucking destroyed. And I mean, there's like some things you could walk up on, but if you were to like put a foot on it, you could like almost drop because it was just mostly sand, or at least dirt. And that's what happened to me because I am already a little bit fearful of heights. And when I had to like go up to be able to go to my gate, I put my foot on it and immediately the dirt just started to drop, and I got really scared and I had to grab the gates, grab like the things in between the gates, and I felt really scared, honestly. Even though it was such a small goddamn drop, I felt really fucking scared.
I'm joking. You'll see them no matter what.
Eventually, I had to call up my mom, saying that my grandpa was saying that he was gonna call my mom because he didn't have any chicken, and he was gonna call her to go and grab some chicken. However, my mom had a consult right after she was gonna leave work, so she told me to go grab chicken instead. So I ended up just like taking a nap, like a 1 hour nap. And that was almost did not feel like a nap at all. I don't think I even remember even drifting off to sleep. I mean, that's the whole purpose of actually falling asleep. I don't even remember sleeping, honestly. But I might have slept for like very little, and then just woke up and just started to prepare myself to then go to the nearby grocery store and then grab chicken. I grabbed like a really big container of chicken. I think it was like worth €7 of chicken, which is like kind of alright for like maybe 1 or 2 people. It's pretty good chunk. I was thinking about maybe grabbing like a second dose, but since it was only from my grandma for my grandpa, I don't think it was needed. And if it was only like a medium one, if it wasn't like a bigger one, then I would probably grab up like a smaller one on the other side as well. But ended up grabbing that one. I also ended up grabbing some chips for me because a lot of the chips currently in that store were on sale. And I saw a lot of tourists that day as well. During that time, because it was still today.
You have definitely disturbed the Hydra.
Plus, once I finally went up, it was such a terrible, terrible heat. Today was incredibly hot today. I had to like stop like 3 times just to be able to be under the shade. Eventually, when I got to their house, they were not planning that I was gonna arrive there with chicken. Even my grandpa was a little bit like a little bit unaware of my presence, and like trying to call out my name, call out my mother's name instead. Like, no, that's me. And eventually they were like really thankful, but at the same time my grandma was like, I was already thinking about preparing lunch anyway. I was like, well, now I have to think about preparing dinner instead. I just saved them quite the trouble. But I just did like a big favor for my grandpa since he was really going for the whole chicken thing. If you don't think that Portuguese people don't like their chickens, you're definitely wrong. It might be a different type of chicken. It's not gonna be KFC style chicken. It's more like barbecue chicken. But it's still good nonetheless. We still appreciate some good chicken. And now that I think about saying the word chicken, it feels really wrong for me because we have 2 words for chicken. We have chicken as like the actual animal chicken, and chicken for when it's actually like fried or stewed or anything like that.
Another one of my
It's basically different. There we go. Welcome to the stream. Hello. Hope you're having a lovely day. Whoop. I ended up sleeping quite a little bit today. Luckily, I'm gonna have time to rest tomorrow. I'm also really upset because even though there's still a month to be able to play this game, 1 week is gonna go kind of like a way for me to be able to play it in like a good chunk of time because I'm gonna be in Spain for like a week. So even though I'm possibly gonna bring my laptop, I'm not gonna bring everything, so I'm not gonna be able to play in Spain. But I'm still thinking about bringing in my laptop, but I'm only gonna be able to play for a certain amount of time. So I'm not gonna be able to play whenever I feel like playing it. And even I'm not 100% sure if I'm gonna be able to play it during the times that I kind of want to play, or should be playing. But like great times.
Attack from the east.
I kind of want to take a moment after doing all of this to have a remember myself how I started. with this game. Because I still have like a faint
Attack from the
idea
north.
where I started. But it's been quite a long time. I don't remember, oh boy, how things
Attack
started.
from the
Actually.
north.
But I remember some things. I just with some people from OS or some people that were like veterans
Attack
to the
from the
game
east.
that still have really vivid memories of the game. Just come here and just like share the memories with me, just like almost like sharing beers, stuff like that. Would have been
Attack
amazing.
from the west.
Wait. I feel like I'm also like about to get like some sort of inflammation of my inner
A strong
corner
fight
of my
nine
eye.
troop is approaching.
If you have one of those things, it's probably like a very common thing. If you blink, you feel like something like hurting a little bit. I had it today. I think it just happened to grow, or I think it just growed up after I slept off or nodded off to sleep for a little bit. Because I have a
Attack from the
weird
east.
way of sleeping.
Attack
I
from
also
the
don't have a
north.
fan with me, so if I'm gonna have like a heat stroke or something, it's very possible. This one's being kind of easy.
Attack from the west.
Yep. I'm just doing one ability.
Attack from
That's
the
it.
north.
There we go. I think I still have 3 more Skyforge streams to
Attack
do
from the
after
north.
this. There's still gonna be a lot more content to do after it as well. Because not only will we have mechanoids, I will
Attack from the
simply
east.
assume that we will be able to have not only mechanoids in the next on Wednesday, this Wednesday, we will also have the weapon updates,
Attack
meaning
from
that
the west.
now the legendary weapons will have attack speed. But also apparently will they release the so-called special events that they mentioned? Shit, I didn't need to do that.
A
I'm not
strong
sure if
fight
they will
nine troop is
release after the
approaching.
update, or if they'll release only at the very last month, meaning it's gonna be on for like only 3 days. That would completely suck if that was the case. If people could not show up on those last 3 days, it would absolutely suck. Also, speaking of the last 3 days, when is the third? Okay. September the 3rd is gonna land on a Wednesday for me. Now, the question is it gonna end on the very last hour of, like, it's gonna be, like, September 3rd, 20 on the 23rd, 23:59 PM? Or is it gonna be, like, September 2nd, 23:59? So it's gonna be, like, a minute before reaching September 3rd. I don't know. Or is it gonna be as soon as it hits September 3rd? Is the title clickbait? I wish. I fucking wish, Mitsuru. I fucking wish, Mitsuru. But it's not. It is not clickbait. Skyforge is indeed going to be shutting down in a month. Literally, the very same game that was the foundation of my character and everything that I built for is gonna be shutting down. And I don't do clickbaits. I am not the type of person that does clickbaits. Actually, I don't see ever myself doing clickbaits because it's just I don't have the courage to then explain why I would do such a clickbait first and foremost. So no, it's not a clickbait. I even explained early in the stream. I even showed the webpage of the announcement of them shutting down the game. And I'm feeling kind of like in a bitter sensation right now. I know, me too. I'm trying not to blame you for that. Actually, I'm trying really hard not to blame anyone for that matter of fact, it's just I'm in like a mood that I just want to go to a corner and just like disappear. And the more I think about the things that I've done for this game, the more I just want to fucking cry. Even just talking about this just wants to make me cry. I'm sorry if I'm out topic a lot. Já tive PNG, mas já não tenho software para estar a usar a minha PNG Tuber. Uh, so it was like a whole. This game has been going around for 10 years. 10 fucking years. For like a lot of MMORPGs, that lasts quite a long time. It was quite a trip. And only some games only last for 6 years at max. This one was 10 years. And for a lot of other people, this game should have lasted for much less than that. Because there was like a part of the game called Ascension. That was like when the game eventually got like a huge update. And people kind of like installed Ascension when the game was at its best state, basically. I wasn't part of the game when it was like before Ascension, or yeah, before Ascension. Actually, during Ascension, because I'm a player after Ascension. Am I saying this wrong? I'm actually very, very confused. Hey, I get it. You put a lot into this. I can imagine it feels unfair. I don't want to feel that way. It's for 6 years. As soon as I think the first time I tried this game, I was absolutely confused out of my mind. Like, I had no idea what I was supposed to do. I remember that I logged on. I actually started playing the game. I remember I was part of a pantheon, but I didn't last too long. I was in between like the invasion of Oceanids and Reapers. That's all I remember. That's all I can remember about the first time that I appeared
there is no
on
confirmed
the game.
data about the
So
demon
I ended up
hierarchy,
just not
but
playing the
that
game for like a
specimen
few
in front
months.
of you is clearly very dangerous.
And after those few months, I came back, and it was Gorgonite invasion. I remember that very clearly. It was Gorgonite invasion. I don't know what part of the Gorgonite invasion it was, but I will assume it was the start of the Gorgonite invasion. Because I'll eventually explain why. Because I was eventually invited to Original Sin right off the bat by the commander, was Agape, and was presented to it, and actually very soon after, I'm not sure if it was on the very same day or a few days later, I was actually taken to Distortions. I died like a potato straight off the bat, even by just touching an egg, and I just died like a potato as soon as the Vipers just showed up. It was a little bit... I felt so ashamed there, but people were just like hanging on, just like doing what they're supposed to do, and just being like doing their best. And whenever it felt really bad for just like ruining things up for them, they were like, no, you were not ruining anything, because we were actually just really capable of doing that just fine. And they were able to teach me to just like avoid things. They were able to like help me a lot, and I felt at some point that I had to pay back. Oh, I just got emotional again. Lovely. And I felt like I ended up just going on a full goddamn quest to be able to beg back for the people that helped me. And the only way that I thought I would do to be able to help out is to be able to help out the other people next. So people that previous people helped me, I think will be the best for me to help the next people, basically. So whatever new people that were to play the game and have no idea how to, or were feeling very confused about the game, I saw that as my quest. I saw that as my reason to help. And I didn't have to do this, but I felt like it was a purpose that I served. And seeing that I had hopes to see this game still there, even in my 40s, and I'm 26 by the way, and I was hoping to see this game in my 40s, still playing this game in my 40s. It pains me. It really pains me because I had an idea, I had a future with this game, I had a project to go along for this. I had a whole thing thought out. I even had ideas of like making videos of this game. Like I was thinking about like making content for this game. I was thinking about making things like, oh, like what are you supposed to do? What weapons should you be buying? What classes are good for the sword? What is the main things to prioritize in certain specific distortions? I had that thing thought out. But the thing is, I was always so shy to start it out. But the thing is, as soon as I had the A-OK to become a content creator, I would immediately do that. I didn't have a second thought. But now that they say that, well, the game is just gonna be gone,
I'd express admiration,
I just,
but that will be added
I just
in the
feel
next
so
version.
hopeless. I feel really hopeless. And another thing that also comes to my mind is, what am I supposed to do? What is the game that's gonna be replacing Skyforge on Mondays now as a streaming thing? Because I still have to stream somehow. I'm not just gonna be streaming twice a week now. I can maybe just like maybe do a week of like not streaming on Mondays, or like a way to pay respects, perhaps. But I still have to find a way to have a game that has to replace Skyforge on Mondays, or maybe just shift to another day, but still have to replace Skyforge somehow. Maybe we'll get like some people will make private servers of this game, like some people do with MMOs. That's what a lot of people are hoping that will happen to Skyforge as well. And the thing is, either people are hoping of private servers, or people are hoping that there's like a sequel of the game, or people are hoping that the game will not fully like disappear, but rather just be like down for now, and eventually we'll just have a comeback. But probably like in a different enterprise, like probably in the hands of someone else, and just needs like a new full-on renovation. Have to get you into MMO play. The thing is, a lot of people are trying to convince me to play what is the TNL? I keep forgetting TL. What is the I keep forgetting the goddamn name of the game. Throne and Liberty. A lot of people are trying to convince me to play Throne and Liberty. I saw the how the game looks. I saw throughout how Hotslot plays. I saw like Hotslot like streaming to me the game, stuff like that. I just cannot, for the love of me, play another game, because I'm not sure if it's like me thinking to be like a trained Skyforge, or just to feel like it's not Skyforge. I think I'm just like, I was so I just drawn myself too much into this game. I dedicated myself too much into this game that just playing any other MMO just does not feel the same. Because there is too much uniqueness to this game that it feels like so wrong to put it away. Like, this game has a unique system to not have to stay locked to one single class, even though Throne and Liberty now has that too. But I think this game was one of the first that did that. You didn't have to like be locked down to do one class only. You could like just get all the classes you want, and all classes are unique, basically.
Another powerful demon.
There was also the whole system of the gods. To become a god and be able to become stronger when you become a god. That whole system, plus the layout, the HUD, which for me it's pretty simple. It's like a HUD that doesn't like cover like a huge thing of the screen. It doesn't feel like all that classy, in my opinion. I guess it could be just me being all fucking picky, honestly. It just, I really like this type of HUD. But whenever I saw Throne and Liberty, I saw those types of HUDs that were really they're really common in Metin. If you remember Metin 2, then you know what the fuck. Or any other any other types of games similar to that. And I'm honestly, I think I'm just gonna be way too locked up to this type of games that if I don't find any game that is like too similar to Skyforge to a T, I'm just not gonna play the game. I feel like I've just been far too loyal to this game, and a lot of people are just gonna make fun of me for that. I don't blame them for that though. Okay, let me focus because it's about to kill me if I keep killing it. Okay, you're actually gonna be tough, right? So I need to focus. Especially how it was gonna be stuck in the ice stage. Okay, you just don't kill it. Just wait a little bit. I don't know, I can never get into Skyforge personally. The god aspect killed it for me because I basically got almost like soft locked because I was trying to go solo for a bit. Yeah, I understand. Because Skyforge does kind of like force you to kind of like request people's aids at a certain point. And that's totally not cool. But I ended up not going through that much trouble, in my opinion, because I was okay to get some help so long as I wasn't being the type of person that was like leeching at other people's help. I know that I understand that the game had this type of like difficulty. Eventually I was able to get the help of people to have the necessary information on how to progress by myself. And eventually I figured out like the halls of travels. If you are to upgrade the halls of travel, you'll be able to become more independent. And aside from other things as well. But I just adored the game. I just thought that this game had far too much fucking potential to become much greater than it could be. However, I don't know if it's because the previous developers just kind of ruined it, or because the community was just like so done with this. I couldn't really tell, frankly. There was like something that was like far too broken with the game that was like far too gone at a certain point.
The dreadful demon fell under the onslaught of the mighty heroes.
Oh, it's time to get help.
This is
Just
an
once I
attempt to
knew
right
played
heroic
and
epos. What do you think? You
just
don't
no
have to
one I
answer.
knew played, and when I was trying to get help, no one seemed interested. I was just stuck, so I gave up on it. Oh, that is understandable. Lucky enough, the reason I actually started playing Skyforge was because of my ex. My ex started playing this game first. He said like, oh, if you want to actually play a kind of like a cool game, you can play Skyforge here. And I was like, okay, I'll try it. And I started playing this game. He started stopping playing the game. And I got really addicted to the game. He just like was like, okay, never mind. Okay then. And he wasn't playing with me anyway. So I ended up just going on my own. And I didn't know anyone. But luckily the pantheon that I was invited to was really cool for me. And I'm still in that pantheon. And I think the good thing about Skyforge is indeed the community. Even here is, even though some people may have like bad ties or anything like that, may not be like all nice people, we still have like a very close community. And that is what breaks me. The first thought that came to my mind when I saw that Skyforge was gonna shut down was the thought of like, how am I gonna be able to stay with OS now? How am I gonna be able to stay with the rest of my people, the rest of OS? I'm gonna be able to stay with the rest of the other people. I'm gonna be able to talk to them again. Even though they did clarify that they're still gonna be there, they're still gonna be around, they're gonna be playing other games, they're still gonna be, the community itself in Discord is still gonna be up. It broke me. It really broke me because we wouldn't have like something that was gonna keep us together anymore. And I think that little thing of like that little day-to-day routine kind of thing, it felt necessary. And now that it's gonna be gone, feels it feels like a part of me is going away. Because I devoted far too much to this game. Far too much. It was like that with Guild Wars for me, a couple of friends got it from me, then like instantly stopped playing shortly after I joined. I was stuck in the start town, doing some low levels. Funny enough, I was incredibly
Prepare to
lucky.
face another
not
group
this
of
one.
powerful demons. The monster from Astral against the gods of Aelion. On all screens of the capital. Soon.
Basically, if you have the right people helping you, you will definitely go far. And I feel like that doesn't just apply to Skyforge, that applies to every MMORPG. Because I think every MMORPG has its flaws. It's trying to help the player itself to progress. Because they just like put them in such a soft lock that they feel so powerless. But Skyforge is also kind of like a game that eventually has this type of issue, but luckily
Attention.
it has
Shakabahar has
such a
weak
great
point.
community
He can be slowed down.
that if people were just like able to speak out, it would be able to still progress without much issue. Even though I was incredibly shy as a person when I first started playing the game, even when I was in the Discord chats and stuff like that, I was still incredibly shy to speak out, like whenever I needed help. Even to this day, I'm still like a little bit shy to speak out whenever I need help. But even back then, I was still in a more desperate shyness. But people were still like looking at me like, oh, you sound like that and stuff like that. There was also people that were like of an old age. People like elderly people played this game. There were like people on their 70s that played this game, or even players that on their 80s that play this game. My dad could be playing this game, and he would be meeting people around his age. Even though my dad is not 70, he's 60. But he could be meeting people that is older than him and playing this game. And it feels kind of like surreal, really. But this game also eventually attracted like the attention of a lot of older players, or just older people altogether. And the thing is, the game itself is not like easy. It's just somehow it attracted that attention.
Feel free to listen to any celebratory
It's just
hymn from the archives
it
of the
feels
Divine Observatory.
it feels interesting. Also, am I gonna be in perma darkness now? Okay, no, I'm good. I used to have a character in Guild Wars that would go to PvP area and could take on a full enemy team with only a single hero for supporting and made people rage. A defensive assassin. Oh, that looks kind of cool. I wasn't really much for PvP, honestly, and I don't think I will ever be into PvP myself. Because I think PvP is just made to make you feel some sort of rage. So welcome, Abby. Hope you have a lovely day. But this game is still pretty cool in its PvE area. I mean, this game, I think, in my opinion, was mostly just focused on PvE anyway. I guess they weren't trying to kill off the PvP just yet, because Pantheon War is like a huge thing. That's mostly PvP. But this is just solidifies that this year is gonna be the worst year of all my life. And I thought that team 5th and 6th grade was gonna be bad, because I had like a pretty shitty 5th and 6th year of my 6th grade. I mean, I had like a kind of like a crappy 5th and 6th grade, but I kind of now solidify that 2025 will be the worst year for me. Just solidify. I cannot say that this year, I don't think this year can get any worse. Actually, it can't get worse. But now for me specifically, the only way it can get any worse is if my parents die. Oh god, I never even thought to think about that. Or did it be you with your friends I play with? Normally I hate it if we and play for our co-op with this. Yeah, so am I. And honestly, this game, luckily, even though the PvP was mostly dead, the PvP was always very well focused on. Come on, good damage. There we go. I'm almost done with the challenge. But I only have a few tries with this game. I think I only have like 3 streams to make this work. Unless anything happens that I only go down to 2. And I'm gonna be really upset. Actually, now that I think about it, I can only stream now on 11th. On 18th I can because I'm gonna be out for I'm gonna be leaving my country to go to Spain. On the 25th is when I possibly arrive, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna be arriving too late, so I'm not sure if I'm even gonna be streaming. And then the 1st of September, so I'm not even sure if I'm gonna be able to stream on the 25th. So it can only come down to possibly guaranteed 2 streams, unless something happens on one of those days. It's only gonna be like 1 stream. Ugh. No, see this light. There you go, rebrand. I think I'm just gonna rebrand to just Mercy Melody. Even though my previous account, my previous YouTube account was Mercy Melody, but it got hacked way too much that I just couldn't really access it anymore. And I was just calling it Mercy the Skyforge. I guess I just rebranded to Mercy Melody again. But it's gonna be a pain, man. It's gonna be a pain. Fuck. Okay, let me just focus on this. There's also like a few things that I also have to talk about aside from like just the fact that Skyforge is gonna be like gone in a month. But I also still have to talk about the fact there's gonna be the distortions, I already talked about the update, the weapon update, so I don't really need to like use the rest of the time that I have to talk about that. I will talk about the distortion, the upcoming distortions at the very least. Hopefully I can talk about the first distortion. But I still hope I still have some time to trying to remember some memories. Because right now I only have like a faint memory of how I began. But there's some things that are coming to my mind. But the thing is, there's not a lot. There was only one memory that's it's crossing my mind is because of how fucking funny it was. And it's not like a very particular thing. It's like something that happened to like the whole server, and I'm not sure if it was like specific to the server, but rather specific to the whole game. And also because of the server, and it was just really funny. It just gave us like really good stuff. I'll eventually go to it. I need to focus on killing this captain guy. I mean, the game is not known by a lot of people, that is for sure. But for those who do know, they are committed. That I can really guarantee you. The people who really like the game will really commit to it. And you can see me. You can see me. Of course, there are some people who are like really happy to see the game gone because they were like, oh, this game should have been gone for a very long time at this point. Because the people who had their hands on this game, and I could say like my games, but at this point I feel like I'm just like being an attacker, more like a bully. They did not do good, and they do not do justice in the game. For games, they were trying. But eventually, at some point, the right holders just decided to just stop paying for the game. Okay, I'm just almost done. This one should be.
There
There we
never
go.
seconds of peace. I sometimes ponder over all these battles and
Leave, yep.
victories.
Oh,
Although,
fuck! I
never
should have
mind.
left.
I know you enjoy them.
Ugh. Okay. I mean, heck, Wonderland, a game I played years ago, still has private servers. Fly for Fun of Flip still has private servers, trust me. It'll happen. Yeah, there are private servers for games that have been shut down. I mean, if that was one of the things that people mentioned on the general chat of the Skyforge Discord, that was one of the first things I've seen people mentioning. Then it's like it is something that is possibly coming. Now, the devs or the commanders of this game still not have mentioned anything based on that, so there's still no promises. Now, I wish they would just keep like the testing servers on, because I mean, what is the point even opening the testing servers if there's no point? Yeah, if they're not gonna put any more things on. Give it a year or two, someone will get the source code and will be a private server. I'll go. I cannot wait a year or two. I needed that shit in a month because that's when it's gonna go down. But I'm trying to. This is Skyforge, mate. As if the title should be telling you. I was hopeful you'll be able to read the title. But it's Skyforge, and this game is going to be shutting down in a month, so don't bother yourself too much. Also, I think the developers should give an option in the game to host private servers when it's closing. That would preserve it pretty well. Even though a lot of people, when it comes to this game, what they wait for mostly is the invasions. I think if they were able to just like have a button to just like swap from invasion to invasion, that would be really great. But I don't think that's also possible because a lot of things would have to change to be able to swap from invasion to invasion. Because one thing that has to change is Invasion Atlas, first and foremost. And Invasion Atlas has to change from invasion to invasion. Secondly, the distortions would have to change from invasion to invasion. That's the thing I kind of hope there's going to be like a button to change. Ugh, sorry, I'm getting a little bit hyped. Third of all, this also changes. And also, your equipment also changes. Basically, the generation also changes. And funny enough, Generation 56 will be the last generation we'll see from this game. Since the current generation is 55, the next generation will be the next invasion will be mechanoids, and it's gonna be Generation 56. So basically, since the game started off on Generation 1, I'm gonna be assuming. So we had about like 56 invasions, I would be assuming. And honestly, oh boy, it feels like such a long run. Well, can you imagine if they release private servers that even let you decorate the main hub areas and stuff to like set Christmas themes and Valentine's? I don't think that's. I mean, if they have like the code to let you add that, it probably would be far too complex to be able to just like set that up. But if you could just like on a click of a button just set that up, it would be amazing. The thing is, some of the events, some of the themes would probably just set up like events, I would assume. And for example, the Valentine's theme on the hub will probably trigger like the rest of the Valentine's things will probably be triggered in the park, most likely. Unless it is possible to just change the theme. Coding is semi-easy thing you think, goddess. I'm not the one that is like knowledgeable when it comes to coding. My boyfriend, Huslock, knows a lot about coding. He does know like a lot of the types of coding himself. So if he's one of those people that has the hand of the the game's coding, maybe he finds a way. I wouldn't be shocked. Actually, I would probably be really shocked that if he finds a way, but I would still wouldn't be shocked if the person that finds that out would be my boyfriend, because he is indeed incredibly skilled. He's incredibly skilled when it comes to coding. That doesn't really make any sense. I'll still be shocked anyway. That man surprises me a lot. All they really need to add is a section that would be dedicated to hub decorations or hub themes, then a toggle to various events. Just to not clash things up, I think they would just add up like an event section. Like, just not have like the hub decorations to then clash up with events. Like, let's not have an event of Halloween to clash up with Valentine's theme. That, I don't think that will go very well because things would just clash up way too bad. Also, can I even see the treasure hunts? Yes, I do. Wait, there's 2 only? Oh. I'm starting to get really blind. I need to change to red. I'm gonna go with my trusty broom. It's sad that I'm not gonna be able to see the Halloween event before this game shuts down. Fuck, man, I'm not gonna be able to see the goddamn Christmas event before this game is gonna shut down. Fuck, man. This game has some events that are really cool to do, and it's gonna suck that I'm not gonna be able, that me and many other people are not gonna be able to be a part of it again. Like, the summer event, supposedly it's still gonna happen, I'm guessing. Because it's August, and even though the summer event tends to happen sometime during this time, I'm not sure if it does happen always on August or sometimes it can happen earlier. It should have been happening by now, and I think it's gonna happen as soon as the update comes around. But I have a feeling it's either gonna be incredibly late or it's because it's gonna be overlapping way too many fucking things. But we're still gonna have the summer event, most likely. And the thing is, we're not gonna be able to see the Halloween event. In my opinion, it's actually kind of pretty cool, even though it's pretty simple. It's still honestly pretty fun, because you're gonna be going around trying to find little pumpkins and stuff like that. And honestly, it's just gonna be like a huge fucking memory that memory roulette that I'm going through. Memory train, that's the thing I'm going for. As long as you're a private Atlas server admin, you could swap things. And hey, making things gaudy and taggy and mishmash is what the internet does best. That is true. That is true. But I guess I'm the type of person that likes consistency. Even though I'm a messy person, I'm the type of person that likes to see things clean. Does that make sense? I think that makes sense, hopefully. Because even though my bedside table is all messy, even has like socks lying on top of it, even though it shouldn't be. And I still prefer to have like a prefer to see some things more clean or more consistent. So I guess if I had to have a choice, I prefer to have things be more consistent. Did I even get a relic? I did not notice if I did get a relic. I'll be kind of happy if it was able to get a relic before the game ends. I don't know. I'll go with diaphragm. I'm getting really itchy on my goddamn forehead. And the worst part of all this is my goddamn skin is really dry as a goddamn Sahara Desert. So if I'm itching my skin, it's probably gonna start peeling off. Okay, so I'm assuming it's gonna be around here. And I know if I was really sad about this game, I could be like, I should have been crying by now, but the thing is, I cried so much today that the devs announced, or the commander announced, that the game was gonna shut down. That at this point, I'm just wondering if I don't have any more tears to cry. I feel like I still have, but the thing is, when it comes to me, I feel like I just have to hit some memories to be able to cry. And just don't cry out of the freaking random. I just don't. I have to think of something that really makes me goddamn emotional to make that work. Like, if I were to think about my cat dying someday, I think I would start crying if that was the case. Yes, I am pretty emotional. I just need to stop for a second and then be able to think about things. But I still have a few things to do still. Plus, I didn't really prepare to showcase the first distortion of mechanoids video. So actually, I would rather still prefer to show that as last thing, the last resource thing. I don't want to rush that too much because there has been times where I didn't have time to showcase the videos anyway. So it is okay. You're actually on there, I assume, but I need to go back a little. Yeah, actually pretty close. Yeah. Still need one more because I only got like 5 of them. There we go. Okay, one more. You're both on about the same area. I will take a guess you're probably around here. Not even close. Actually, this one's pretty close, actually. Ugh. Whoop. Blah, 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 blah. Come on, I can find you. There we go. That was the last of it, right? And no relic. Honestly, with how lucky I am when it comes to this, I'm not even that admired. Welcome, Alex. Hope you're having a lovely day. Welcome to the stream. Let me go to a corner right here.
It's as if you're seeing something else when you're looking
I need
at
to go
me.
to a place where there's no like NPCs talking close to me. Okay, there we go. So, okay. Let's try to reflect some of the things that I've done in 6 years of this game. Even though I still have like possibly the last Skyforge stream to still reflect on things, it's still good to think about things before I possibly have so much to do on that last stream that I cannot remember. I am playing Skyforge, Alex, and I am currently in a state that since the game has been announced on Thursday that it was gonna shut down on very soon, in about a month, I am clarifying people about this, and I'm trying to be in a reminiscent mood to remember the 6 years I've been playing this game, even though this game has been on for 10 years. And I just want to I just want to remember myself the small memories, or all the memories that I can remember that I've had with this game. Because if this game has been one of those games that's been really game-changing for me. Who cares? Well, some people do care. And I believe Mitsuru cares. Gugeta that just arrived is wondering if I'm okay. He cares. You may be thinking that nobody cares. Some people do care. So, hello, Gogeta. I'm kind of in a sad mood, and I would appreciate if you don't call me cutie again. I'm a goddess, please. Please. But, I'm in a little bit of a sad mood because, as the title suggests, the game is going to be shutting down in about a month. Actually, it doesn't even say it's going to be in a month, it's going to be soon, but a month, it does not seem like a long time. It doesn't seem like it's going to be too long for you to be able to enjoy the game as it is. Because if you've been playing this game for far too long, to be able to make the friends that you did, to be part of the community that you're part of, to make the memories that you did, it's gonna break your fucking heart. And even though I don't have all the knowledge that this game still has yet to give me, or have the same knowledge that other people who are far more knowledgeable than me have, I feel like I've learned far too much with this game. I know it's a game. There's far a million more out there. But for a simple game like this to change me, it has to do something really, really well. And for me, it was the community that was around this game. Because, as far as I remember, like I said, when I first started playing this game, I was incredibly lucky to be part of a community that was always willing to help me. And with that help, I couldn't be more grateful. And it was one of those things that I was so grateful that I couldn't just let that be. I can just let that be a thing. I can just let that people just help me, just keep on helping me without giving them back. I ended up just having this kind of habit, just always try to give back. So I ended up just looking for something to be able to do, to be able to give back to those people that helped me. And I ended up finding a way. It was to help people in need. Basically help people that were so confused about Skyforge, people that were starting in this game. Whenever they had any questions, I would help them with all the knowledge I had about it. And even though that I started off really small, even though I just only started off on YouTube with just distortions, I was really going forward to do much more. And I eventually ended up going for streaming because I saw a lot of people in the hub or in many other places asking, what am I supposed to do? Should I do this? Should I do that? And I felt like this enormous need to be able to be the answers people are looking for, to be able to give the answers people are searching for, and be able to feel more at ease with this game. Because for sure I've been there. I've been in the same place a lot of people have been. And I just want to be able to give them the peace of mind and be able to give them the guiding light that I was able to receive thanks to the other people. Thanks to my pantheon. They were able to give me those things, and I want to be able to give back to others, despite being part of my pantheon or not. And I just had to go and set on to do just that. Even though I ended up streaming for other games as well, my main purpose in streaming was helping out people in Skyforge. That was my main purpose. If I were to not focus on any other games, I would just be streaming Skyforge. Even though I probably would have nobody, I would probably just keep on streaming Skyforge with the possibility of helping someone that really needed help. And I even made myself a persona that was based on the game. I made my character even have a personality that would reflect the the game itself. I was even hoping to create a story that was based on a game even. I was going through the lore of the whole game to try and match my character. Não, premi do Pente Brasileiro aqui. Vai ser possível na quarta-feira. And I know that people are still gonna be here for me, but I feel like part of me, like the whole purpose that I started streaming, the whole purpose that I was going for the very beginning, the very reason that I was going for the whole time, is not gonna be with me anymore. I wanted really to be able to help people, then I'm not gonna be able to do it anymore. I thought I was not gonna cry. I did say that I was gonna. I did say I was not gonna get really emotional, but this game really changed me as a person. I'm kind of the same way with streaming. When people feel lonely, it's courage. I make sure to hop in for encouragement. You got this, don't worry. For always, for other ways. Thank you, Gotcha Sal, and welcome to the stream. I'm really sad that this game will be gone. The very reason I streamed, the very reason I started streaming, the very reason that I wanted to help people out, be able to provide help, be able to be there for people. It was this game. I started streaming. I started to become more social, to start to become more open. I started to change as a better person. I remember that I was so enclosed, so probably with so many biases. I remember that I was like so, I wouldn't say so shallow, but I was probably so quick to judge as a person many years ago. And eventually with the people that I started to hang around with, I started to notice the goods and the bads. And I started to just notice so many things. Started to really understand that I'm just the type of person that just really loves to help. Even though that is not like, possibly not a really good character trait to have, I just cannot really shake this off. I just want to be able to help. Be able to find something that I really love and be able to help people with this. It was Skyforge. I found that. I found something that I really loved, and I was really willing to help people out with that. And the fact that I was envisioning myself in the future to be able to do much more with this, and suddenly it's gonna be gone. It breaks me. I was picturing so many things to do. Not that I was probably gonna be after the vacation, if I had much less things to do. I was picturing, after I was done with a few things, I was hopeful to more videos about Skyforge, and be able perhaps do guides or stuff like that, to be able to help out, to bring people more to this game. I was really into doing that, but suddenly they just say that the rights holder are just gonna stop paying this game. And even though it's a decision that they are willing to do, and I'm just gonna go, not gonna go like just start off a war because of that, and I kind of want to do that, but it's not up to me to do that. I'm just one person. Even though some people probably will go with me, it's not gonna be enough. We are, even though we are a community, we're not big enough to make a change. I know in a lot of revolutions it only took like sometimes one person to make a huge difference, but nowadays people can be so shallow that it's not enough. And with economy nowadays, and I feel like this has to do with economy. That I feel like this had to be done because of how bad economy is nowadays. If you're on par with the news nowadays, it feels like you cannot be out of your own house without having your wallet go empty because it's just so bad. So I am just a baby streamer trying to find my way. That opens you up to all these new paths. Who knows where it will take you? I'm just trying. I'm also still thinking. I'm thinking every day what else is gonna be replacing Skyforge from now on. I'm thinking of every game that I play every day that is worth streaming. The only one that comes to my mind for the most part is Project Sekai, or as some people call it, Tsunemikyu Colorful Stage. Actually, that's the actual name. That's the only one that comes to my mind. It's a phone game, however, but so was this light, but I kind of play on PC. And it's still possible for me to play it, but I will have to pass on the stream from Mondays to Wednesdays to become more compatible with how the game resets. But I'm still not 100% sure. I want to be able to find something that entices me just as much as Skyforge. And so I can find something that I can carry myself on with. And even though a lot of people are going for Throne and Liberty, I keep looking at that game and I just cannot find myself playing that game. Even though with all due respect, I don't think the game is bad. I just wish that it had a very similar layout or similar things to Skyforge. But I could also be in complete denial that that because Skyforge is gone, I'm looking for something that is similar or not completely a copy of Skyforge, just for me to be able to continue. And I think maybe because I've never went through this before. Now that I'm thinking about this, I did go through this, but not with a game that I was too attached to. I'm gonna say that because I remember that I used to play a game that was based on My Hero Academia. I don't remember the game anymore, but I remember that I was playing on my phone. It basically was like a game of My Hero Academia where you could get the characters. It had like a gacha system. And you could get the characters, you could upgrade them, they would be strong and fight off monsters and stuff like that. And after a while, I started playing it, I stopped and then played again. It was still up for a little bit, and then when I tried to log on to the servers, it wouldn't log on. I tried up the next day, it wouldn't log on. So I just had the idea they just like stopped and just shut down the servers. That was one game that I played and they just shut down while I was still playing. I was like confused, but I was completely okay with it. I didn't throw a fit like this one. But this one, I had such a major dedication to this game. I made guides for this game. I streamed for this game. I made sure to help players with this game. I even became a commander of the pantheon of this game to help people out, both in cognition farms and also eventually later in night raids. And I was trying to be so knowledgeable about the game to be able to provide the help for people. As to, even though I could just like go on the low and be more casual, I wanted to be able to, or be more on the extreme side and be more, possibly more closed, or I could just be more knowledgeable. Some people can be like that, but I ended up just going more on the be more helpful and just be more like an all around player. I just don't stick to one class or just one gear or anything like that. I just don't go all in on DPS. I try to do a little bit of everything. I try to be as helpful as possible. That was my whole idea. And the thing is, I'm not sure if the thing is, I'm not sure if I'm not also upset because of the efforts that I put on this game will just go to waste. I'm really conflicted because I know that I'm upset because of the memories that I put up that I've done with this game alongside the community will be gone. I know for a fact that I'm upset about that. And I'm also upset about the fact that the future I have planned for this game will also be gone. But am I upset about the fact that am I upset about the things that I should have done? Actually, that's not what I'm upset about. Yes, I am upset about the things that I should have done. I am upset about the things that I should have done. Even though this game had so many flaws, it was uncountable the many flaws that this game had. It still changed me. And I know people won't care. Some people are gonna be happy that this game is gonna be gone. And I don't blame them. Some people I've seen this game just ready to be gone for years at this point. But I mean, you really have to play a game for so long, have a really great community to be able to change you the way it does. And the fact that I was waiting to still see this game tomorrow, the next week, the next month, and the next year, still be able to see more and more of it, even though it could be still the same content. I didn't care. I still have people that were incredible people still around. So I guess I'm still gonna be very bitter about this. And I guess that really what really puts me down the most is that my whole purpose of what I started off for streaming, which was helping people, and this very game is just gonna be gone. And even though I've been playing this life for 3 years, which is for some people quite a lot, even though this game has been going on for also 3 years, I don't have that much knowledge comparing to Skyforge. And I don't think I'll have that much knowledge to this life because I'm just not that focused. But when it came to this, it was different. And I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to have the same focus that I had with this game to any other game. Perhaps I will. But it's gonna take me some time. Now, the question is, what game will I replace this game once it is fully gone? This game will be gone on September 3rd on the PC, so you won't be able to see this game anymore on the 4Game and the Steam launcher. Even though if you already tried to search the game on the Steam platform, you won't be seeing the game anyway. But on the PlayStation or any sort of console, this game will only be gone in October 29th. Don't ask why the dates are different. I honestly don't know. It could be something to do with possibly the platforms themselves. I need to clean myself. Need like a tissue. Man, I blew so hard. I blew the tissue so hard that my ears popped. Also, I did read the messages. Don't worry. But yeah, gotcha. I know. I went through it with Terra. I tried playing Terra. Like I think I tried to play Terra for like a week. I remember. But I eventually just like got really confused about the game as well, and I just couldn't. play with it anymore. I remember that I kind of like left off my character in like a forest or something. It was not like a dance forest, but it was a forest. I remember that. And I'm like moving my headphone quite a lot because of how itchy my ear is. I think it's psoriasis. But I remember that I left off my character last time I remember on kind of like a wide open forest. So I remember that I didn't really advance all that much on that game. Really, the only game that I seem to have like some memories that I played was Metin 2. And if you can remember Metin 2, Jesus Christ, we're old. And
You say that like it's the first invasion
the
in
thing
history.
is
There have been so many since they
the thing is, I also don't have that many memories when it comes to Metin. I remember about like mounting around the place, but the thing is that goddamn game was so dark. Really, really dark. And also one thing about this game that really pisses me off, it's two things, and there's bound to be more things. But clearly two things that come to my mind right now are like the graphics. Lovely graphics. So this game, for like a 2015 game, this game had lovely graphics, really good graphics.
Then we should do it in a way that makes it clear.
I'm getting itchy. But for a game that's been going on for such a long time, this game has really good graphics for nowadays. And another thing was the voice actors for a lot of the characters. I'm not saying like those NPCs right there. No, I'm not saying those. But I'm saying like, for example, for what can I put up an example plus? A really good example. Let me actually go for a random squad. It is one of the
New
gods.
technologies for the defenders of Aelion. Go on, take them. It's part of my friendly assistance program.
This one, Clavius. This one has the same voice actor as the Tuxedo Mask from Sailor Moon, as well as the same voice actor as Kane or Cain or whatever you call it, Kane from League of Legends. That's the same voice actor. It probably also has is the same voice actor as that one evil character, the antagonist from Infinite Nick, I believe. Also, I am incredibly kind of knowledgeable. Not too knowledgeable, but I'm quite knowledgeable when it comes to voice actors. So when I figured out that this voice actor was the same as those ones that I mentioned, whoo! And the best thing is, there's also another one that I don't think I'll be able to have access here, because his voice only shows up in specific events. But his voice is the same as like Zhongli from Genshin Impact as well. Lovely. I think it is like Keep Silverstein. Yeah, that one. He also voices a character in this game. It was a long time ago. I ran a guild there in one.
Have you seen the latest news?
I'm 1 liters in FC or 4FF. The game's super dry end game at the moment. Ugh. The thing is, this game also has like very simple end game content. It's pretty much just like the same over and over and over again. The thing is, it does give like kind of like okay rewards. It's not like the best of the best, but it does help people who progress. And the good thing is, and this is also incredibly upsets me. There was gonna be a major update coming, and this is still gonna be coming around. The major update is gonna be coming hopefully this Wednesday, if there's not gonna be another delay. And that major update is gonna be adding integrity to legendary weapons, meaning that if there's gonna be integrity, you can upgrade the integrity. The way they have to upgrade integrity on legendary weapons, in this case, you have to do quests. It is about like killing enemies with legendary weapons, which is pretty simple, but it's gonna be a lot of enemies. And then you upgrade the integrity for like 25% each, and by upgrading like a certain amount, it will unlock a specific passive or percentage of the passive to the weapon. I remember that possibly the damage of, I believe for this specific weapon, I believe, it says here on the idle, it says the idle will increase the Revenant's damage by 100% for 15 seconds if they remain within 50 yards of the idle. I believe that damage can go to 400% at full integrity. So that update would have been really great. I think this weapon specifically becomes the best after the update. And they also add up like a few interesting things. For example, for you to be able to change main stats and secondary stats for weapons, which is amazing, by the way, because I, for once, don't need this much critical chance in fucking weapons. I just have way too many critical chance weapons, or even companion damage bonus. I don't need as many. And only just a few are main damage bonus. And those ones, when it comes to DPS, I'm just mentioning DPS here, are actually decent. And this one, by the way, this weapon here that I'm actually hovering on, it's really awful. It's the worst for Revenant. So imagine me having the best key stat for the worst weapon. Yeah. Look at me. And they're also going to be adding idols. Not the idol for this weapon specifically, but a different type of idols. There's going to be like it's going to increase the damage to a certain type of mobs. For example, you could get goddamn bots. Be gone, bitch. Okay, so what I was saying was you can get idols that are gonna be like idols, the idol of Gorgonites, the idol of Mechanoids, the idol of Demons, which is kind of like the idols of invasions. That if you were to get, for example, the idol of Ushnits, if you were to activate it, you would be able to do more damage against those types of enemies. I'm not sure if it's for 2 hours. It feels very little, but that's usually how long distortions tend to last, if not less. Usually distortions don't tend to last that long unless we're dealing with avatars. And depending on the avatar, it doesn't even last that much even. For the most part, I think that time can be reserved for demons. So, I feel like it would be a really good thing to keep. The thing is, since the game is gonna shut down very soon, we're only gonna have little time to be upgrading very few weapons. I myself, as soon as the upgrade hits, the evasion hits, of course the very first thing we might need to do is like the first clears and stuff like that. Even though things might be changing about that, I'm not sure. But the thing is, we're gonna be quite busy as soon as that update goes up. We're gonna be like upgrading each weapon because they're just gonna be better. But apparently there's also gonna be some major changes on those weapons as well. Did you miss it? Because I don't know if you wrote it right. Did you write it right? I'm starting to get really confused. Not sure if you wrote it right. Does it have to be like a caps locked S maybe? I'm sorry to really lose my mind here. That is what it was before, was it not? Did I accident? Oh, I forgot to log it in. There we go. I've got to log it in. I've got to log in on YouTube, that's why.
Now imagine what would happen.
I'm sorry. I was wondering, wait a second. Did they really change anything?
Greetings, future scientists.
Okay, so after my grind session, I think I have time to check on my YouTube channel. Mercy not letting a YouTube audience throw stuff at her like always. Classic Mercy. I'm sorry. It's easy to forget to press a button, okay? Because I know you're joking, but for real, it's easy to forget to press this button because I really have to go to the software where my character is, have to click on menu, and then click on login YouTube. I don't have to do this to Twitch because it's always on. But the thing is, whenever I have to start off my character, I always, actually it's not even here, it's on settings. I always have to go to settings, go to connections, and I always have to copy a specific part of the link of my my stream to be able to place it there, to then log on to YouTube. And the thing is, I ended up just like being so busy with the things. I remember actually in the last minutes of the countdown, I was eating. So I eventually just forgot about logging in. Because otherwise I would remember. Okay, let me try to find my YouTube channel. Some things about Mercy will never change. Yep. Even if the game's gonna be gone, I won't change much. I just won't. Now the question is, if the game is gonna be gone, will I keep the videos? I think I'll keep the videos. I frankly will keep the videos. I mean, even though if the game is gone, are there? Oh wait, there are videos of games that have been gone. There's literally videos of Club Penguin almost everywhere. Even though there are like private servers of the game, there's still things. There's still like videos of the game. Even though it's not exactly a game, it's more like a website. But still, Club Penguin made such a change for many people. They'd still like made private servers and there's still videos about the game. Again, Mercy, don't call it a game. It's a goddamn website. So I think it's still okay to keep the videos of Skyforge. Even though for me, I wish I could have done like more things about this. I was hoping to eventually get the content creator title to then be able to do videos about this. But then again, ain't gonna happen. Okay, now let me find the one, which is the term for I found ya. Stop it right there. Uh, okay, let me do one god only, even though one god only may not show everything about it, but it wouldn't be too bad. Okay, so will I be able to show this? Hmm. There we go, and boop. Oh, this needs to be resized. And this is really cut off. Jesus Christ. I cut it off because to hide certain things. There we go. Same goes for you. Actually, you need to be resized even more. And I'm gonna put you correctly. There we go. Hmm. I'm not sure if there's gonna be any audio. I will believe that there's not gonna be any audio actually. I don't think there's gonna be any audio. Oh fuck. Capture audio. Let's see. Oh, there is audio. Great. Okay, let me put it just a tad bit higher. That's gonna be much louder than my goddamn voice. Yep, that is my intro in those games. Those videos, I really need to change that. Okay, that should be okay. And Okay, so apparently I left out a text on that one. This is gonna be like past me against future me or present me in this case. Sorry for not delivering the first clear video as promised. You can't blame early maintenance for that. Oh, I think it was because I was asleep. Yeah, I think it was. I can't see the scene down in front. Ah, sorry. I know you can't. But I will read it for you. Don't worry. It says, I'm sorry for not delivering the first clear video as promised. You can't blame early maintenance for that. That's what it says. But basically it's past me saying to me right now that basically what happens that for some reason the maintenance was programmed for a specific hour and the goddamn devs released it a few hours before that. And I was still asleep. I came back and people were like, oh, we already did the clear. It was like, what? So I was really upset. So that's why I didn't have a first clear video of that year. But hopefully, if everything goes well, I will have a first clear of this one. If things go well. Unless we just give it a chance for someone. Honestly, we don't mind. Since the game is going to close anyway, why not? Also, what the fuck I did with these goddamn filters. This looks so fucking dark. So, usually what starts off here is that the bus, as soon as some players start to approach, the bus will start, like, charging up something. This is kind of like a laser kind of thing, but it's just gonna be like a spark that's gonna pop up, and this will blind the person that the bus is targeting, basically. He's gonna be around doing that for a little bit, and then he puts up the flash. And then he does all these clones. The longer you stay in this battle, the more clones he'll start popping up. So when he does the first phase, I think it pops up just like 5 clones, I believe. Fire laser. Also, the quality's not looking all that good. I don't think I can make it better, honestly, for this. And the thing you need to look for is a lot of the bosses, a lot of the copies will not have this name. It will say Acolyte, Secret Acolyte the Double or something. It'll have actually say Secret Double the Acolyte. I'll say something like that. It will have like the name completely mishmashed. But this one, if it says this one, that's the correct copy. The other ones will have a different name. We actually can maybe perhaps see this. I end up speeding this part because what we're doing here is breaking the barrier. And we're also letting the verdict stack, as you can see here. This is something to just let the enemy become a little bit weaker to damage. And it will help out just to deal the burn. And the thing is, if we break down the barrier of the right one, the boss, the actual boss, the true clone, then a spark pops up, which should be up soon. In this case, it was actually me, the god. And the thing is, what first must be done is I proc the hammer for a little bit extra damage. I did the God's Army. The reason why God's Army isn't kind of necessary in this is because there's going to be some debuff that's going to be slowing down everyone except the god. And basically, the only way to cure that the fastest way possible is the God's Army. God's Army clears up any sort of debuffs. And also a really great class just to take down. And since there was like a node, I think we had this node, this invasion, so hence why. And as you can see, also the boss is doing the lasers. Right now, a few things are happening. Not only the boss is doing like is going clockwise, I believe. Clockwise, yeah. With the lasers, and the longer he's doing that, the more lasers he will do. So if he goes down again, he will add up a laser. And people will have to go along with the lasers, but if they do touch the laser, it will hurt. It's not gonna be a little, it's gonna be quite a lot. And another thing that's gonna also happen, going back at a little bit, you can see these little oculates. There's gonna be a yellow and a green one popping up. The ones that have to be focused the most is the yellow one, because the yellow one can heal the boss. and there is a challenge to not let the boss be healed, which is, I believe, the challenge is called Doctor's Not Coming. It's a very well-known challenge. This one, I think it only strengthens the defense of the boss, and honestly, you can let this one roam around because I believe this one cannot be pulled either way. So usually the strategy is pull the yellow oculats to a corner so it won't ever be close to the boss. So this may actually put some of the berserkers, as you can see, that are the ones responsible for pulling the yellow oculats away to being quite of a danger because of the laser, because they always have to be in a corner. You can see them dying pretty quickly because of this. Also, really great music. Mercy, can I heal you for a Klondike bar? Can you instead swap that for like maybe a Nestle bar? Actually, no, not a Nestle bar. Fuck that. Instead of a Klondike bar, can you heal me for for an ice cream? Chocolate ice cream. I'm really not that picky, aren't I? But yeah, basically, there's two things that are yet to happen. You need to avoid the lasers, and you also have to pull the oculats away from the boss. Ah. Thank you. And the boss will still do the blinding thing also in this one, but I think he only does one blinding, so eventually he will go down again, he'll do the laser. He pops up the oculus again, as you can see. Now he added up another laser. But now the damage was better, so now all I did was that. And that was it. And this boss, it's pretty much like that. The thing is, when it comes to the clones, these clones have such amazing range. They have like such a huge range that even if you're here, the furthest oculet can still hit you. So you're taking quite a lot of damage from them. So the circles are necessary to always be blue, even though some of them are pink. But it's just to help out with the damaging of the shield. Most of the time they have to be blue, since the Sound Reaver needs to have the A9. The A9 talent to be able to heal the allies. If a Sound Reaver does not have the A9 the A9 talent on this, it's gonna be a little sad. Because there's no way to heal otherwise other than maybe using the ultimate of the Alchemist. And maybe that's it. I don't see any other way of healing that I can think about. Honestly, the healing of the Alchemist can take way too long to put it up again, so it's not exactly trustworthy. But then again, this is one of the ways you can do the burn. I do believe that if we're gonna do the clear on Wednesday, I believe, I think instead of using the Revenants, we're gonna use the Berserker, because Berserker, despite the nodes, is still gonna do decent damage if done correctly. Also, I was incredibly awful when it comes to my timing. So I'm not that surprised when it comes to like how awful damage I was doing. Because I should have done like a lot of damage from the beginning. And instead, not a lot. I did much more at the end though. Whew. I need to breathe a little. Also, I really need to turn on the filters next time. Even though it's gonna be the last video that I'll do a Skyforge. I'll still have to be careful with filters next time. But yeah, this is pretty much how C1 is gonna be. We call it C1 because it was the third line of invasion. Basically, it was gonna be the it's kind of like, I would say it's not as, I don't think it was the third release invasion, but when it came to like the through line of invasions to be in order, it was the third one. So that's why it has like the C letter in its distortions. And it has C1 because it's the first distortion. I think it makes sense, right? Hopefully. And but still, the name of it is Secret Octolab Double. Hopefully, it'll make sense. Okay, putting it back out. No, I don't want to be in the game yet. Just want to close it up. There we go. We'll only be seeing this one for the first 2 weeks. And you know what? This is gonna be incredibly sad as well. I'm gonna be in Spain when C2 and yeah, the second distortion and the Avatar are gonna be out. Literally the last things that are gonna be released of Skyforge, invasion-wise. And I'm gonna be in fucking Spain for that. It is fucking upsetting. It is truly upsetting that I'm not gonna be able to be part of all the of the invasion. I'm not gonna be part of the first distortion, like first clear wise. Because of that, and it's a little upsetting that I'm not gonna be able to be part of the first clears of the last distortions of the game, because it just so happens to land on my patience. I mean, it happens, I guess, but I mean, being through all the first clears, sometimes it can be a hassle because of time. For a lot of people, it can be like 5 a.m., 6 a.m. for like Americans. For me, it's like a perfect time. It's like midday. Actually, could have been worse. Could have been better, honestly. Could have been like a little earlier, in my opinion. Could have been like maybe 11 a.m. instead, because 12 p.m. it feels like a little bit on the edge, because it's usually by the time that a lot of people go eat. I prefer to go eat like 12:30 instead. But then again, I really cannot really do much when it comes to time zones. I'm yet again in the NA server, so I have to adapt through the NA time. But still, this was the time of the first clears happen for the NA people. It's terrible, really. It's really fucking terrible. Okay, 40 minutes. 41 doing those specifically, so it's midnight and 41 for me. I guess one thing that I need to remember to add, and hopefully some grateful soul will remember for me is to add a clock on my streams. I know like a lot of streamers don't add that for like maybe privacy reasons, but I already said many times that I'm Portuguese. And I don't think it is like a huge problem to add to my my stream like a little clock to like people, so people can be aware of my time. I just have to make it like kind of like based on my theme. Like I think I can make it kind of like something. If stream too long for a clock, it would break. I mean, I'm not saying like how long my stream has been going for. I'm saying like my actual time. Like, what time is it? It's midnight and 42. I just have to like showcase 0042. That's it. That's just a clock. I don't have to say for like how long has my stream been going. That's already like a code. There's already some things like if you actually write exclamation point uptime, I think that's already says how long I've been like seeing the stream or how long you've been like a follower, I believe. I think it says for how long you've been like a follower, I believe. Or actually says how long has the stream has been up. I think that's what it says. I think the one that says how long you've been a followers, it's the exclamation point follow age, I believe. Because the uptime says for how long the stream has been up. That is already a command that a lot of bots already have. Now the clock is just showcase my time, my actual time. I think I can make it kind of work. I just have to find like a cool like something that can fit in with the background. I mean, I can also just like put like black and white lines all around it. It can just make it work. Honestly, it wouldn't be too bad. Oh, it's getting really hot. The thing is, I cannot open anything. I don't have the fan here. The fan is on the hallway at this point. Okay, one thing I have to check though, it is the event requests. Oh. Oh. Oh, come on. That's not. Ah. I know. I'm not sad because of the fact that there's only like me and two other people that put their names on the bot. But the fact that someone put a crying emoji on the bot. Oh, that really broke me right now. Oh, fuck. Ah. But while we still have time before, I don't know if night raid's even gonna happen. I'm not surprised if people are a little bit done with fighting nights at this point because of how many times this goddamn invasion has been extended. But another memory that I remember fondly of this game is this was really funny for me back then. We it was like, I'm sorry if I'm gonna be alt tabbing again. Okay. But I remember this kind of very vividly. It was, I don't know what year it was, but it was in a year that the commanders were announcing the pantheons that did the first clears against the avatars. And do I gotta beat you up your bot again, Jafal? Get over here. What happened? He's just doing his poor job. Let him be. But I remember that the commanders were announcing the pantheons that did the first clears against the avatars, and we were one of them. We were able to do the first clears on the enemy servers both the avatars. I think it was a Tolmanter, which is the Oceanid avatar. And I'm not sure if it was Nihas or was it Gorgonites? I have a feeling it was Gorgonites. It couldn't be Gorgonites, could it? What? Do I really have to scroll all the way up? I'm really gonna have to. I'm really gonna have to scroll all the way up. Oh, here we go again. That's not it. Okay, no. How about this? Uh, yeah. Hmm. I I know a few words. I don't know a lot of Chinese, but I do know a few words in Japanese. Not a lot though. Even though I've been learning Japanese for more than a year now, I don't know a lot. God damn it, when I will find the damn thing that shows me who won. I'm gonna have to really go all the way down, it seems. Load up. There we go. Oh, they're so... I'm like really old posts of the game right now, like 2018 old posts. Jesus Christ. Look how vivid the game used to be. Oh my god, I'm gonna miss this fucking game. Ah. Hmm. I'm just gonna have a field trip of memories now that I'm actually scrolling down through the announcements of Skyforge and how many things used to be. I also have like my mouse, the wheel of my mouse is starting to get really weird because sometimes when I scroll down, it has like a moment where just scrolls up for a little bit. So whenever I want to scroll down a lot, it just stops for a second and just keeps scrolling down again. Come on, I want to see the thing. I know it's gonna take a little bit for me to find this, but it's a lot of content. Oh, I'm still on 2019 content, and I've been scrolling for like a solid few minutes. Oh man, in those first years of the game, there was just so much content, especially in like 3 years later, there was just so much content that this game had. It was so there was so much. Are you gonna cry on stream again? I'll cry on stream again. I'll get the t-shirts, getting happy balloons already. I don't think so. I think I'm just gonna get like like a reminiscing mood or something. I don't think so. Unless I find something that's just gonna make me sad or something. But I don't think so. I just need to find the thing that I'm looking for, and I'll get there. Ba-ba-dum-ba-bum. They're so ooh. What? I just went through one of the announcements, and apparently, one of the things they were doing. Did Skyforge really have a board game? I never heard in my life Skyforge having a board game. Really? They even have bigger specs. I think this is just 3D, but let me click on it. Just this lets me to board games again. I cannot believe Skyforge was planning on having a board game. An actual board game. By the Elder Gods, that would be awesome. And I started playing this game in 2019. How did I not notice that? I'm still trying to look at the thing. Okay, there's the World First Championship avatar kind of things. It wasn't a mechanoid one, it was the oceanid ones. Come on, I need to find it. Was it this one? Oh no. Well, it has Akanita. I didn't mention Akanita though. Where's where's Tolmanter? Oceanid. That was the introduction of exoskeletons. There it is. You bastard. World First Championship Avatar, Talmanter. This was on 2021. March 2? March 2nd? That was like 2 days before my birthday. Holy fuck. Unless it's actually on backwards. Oh, it's February 3rd. Okay, that was like then a month and a day before my birthday then. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. But yeah, I remember that I was not a part of the first clear yet. But I was celebrating quite a lot of it. And I remember when we did the first clear of this, for some reason, a giant head of Telemonter himself. Let me actually go to the place where he showed up. The giant head of Telemonter himself, the giant fucking fish, just showed up in the hub right here. Right in this area. His head was huge. It was like covering like part of like all over this area, plus a little bit on the back where I cannot reach. And also, if you were to get in his head where you could, there was like a box that you could get, and apparently you could like glitch it out. You could like go back out and go back in. You could still pick up the box again, and there was a chance you could get like you could get one of those really rare gears. Hello, Scarlett. Welcome to the stream. Hoping you have a lovely day. This is Skyforge, and if you're interested about this game, I'm sorry to inform, but this game is only a month away of being shut down. So basically, at this point, when it comes to streaming, I'm just like trying to take advantage of the game, just trying to reminisce the very many years that I've been playing this game. But if you're interested, tag along for like the next couple of weeks. I'll know a little bit more. Okay. It is 6 minutes left until the night, right? I think I can check what people are doing. I wonder if people are there, though. Nobody's in the right lobby, actually. I will change my setup, though. To be just push to talk. There we go. Ta-da!
And the Reapers are again.
I know it feels like a little bit cut and dry, the things that I said, but I'm sure that you guys don't understand the fact that I've been playing this game for like so long. You don't know the struggle that I've been going through like almost an hour ago. Actually more like minutes ago actually. And also the day that the announcement came around. To think that this game was gonna last much longer, was gonna be one of those long-lasting MMORPGs. It's sad. I was hopeful that this game was gonna last much longer. And I'm not even sure if I feel brave to even come back to another MMORPG. I know that my voice is not being picked up there, but I just want to make sure that I don't think the audio is going to be picked. Oh, actually, found you. There. Not exactly, but it should do. Some characters lucky. Hey, thanks.
I must admit these Garganists.
I have a lot of comments like that. Even though I still have yet to like make a whole goddamn lore of my character, saying that my character actually has the spirit of a goddess that is immortal, but my character is like just has a body of a young woman. It's a whole thing. And I wasn't really going for the whole aspect of being cute. I really wasn't going for that. But then, the more people call me cute, the more I just cannot resist to being cute myself. So, yeah, I just have that problem, I guess. I guess I still have time to fix a few things. One thing that I don't have it fixed yet. Actually, let me test it out. Oh, yes, it does. It does work. So, it still picks up the audio from the lobby. Yes, and you may have seen my character does have like Momoyase from Dandanan. I've been watching that anime very religiously with my boyfriend. By golly, it's a great anime. The thing is, you have to be quite open-minded to watch that anime, though. Very open-minded. I think there could be like weirder animes out there. But honestly, that one will just be so like weird and so out of the blue that you just will not expect most of the things that come out of it. And if you're a very close person or like very close-minded, you will just not expect a lot of things you might not feel comfortable. Also, I just did that like that first try. Fuck yeah! I will die. Whee! I was gonna get stuck. Ooh, there's we, yeah. There's a ticket pretty. Oh, well, I didn't think you were gonna be saying that. I didn't really need that type of compliments for that. I need to stop being like a yander or something. Ugh. But really, I say this as like pure on fact. I was not expecting to be too cute. I was expecting more professional, be more like a curious soul. I don't know what happened there. I was expecting to be more a character that is more like curious, probably a little bit more funnier. But I apparently don't have a really consistent uh sense of like funny. I'm not English right now.
You think the greenies
Not really funny right now. But I just don't have I guess I don't have that sense of humor that is really great. Come up with many jokes, even though I try to keep on going and keep on like watching a lot of videos of comedy and stuff like that. I try to watch a lot of those, and I've mentioned this once, but I've let's keep hardening my cube. I watched that. But basically, I've been watching like a lot of comedy shows, especially from Ronnie Feltface, which is like a puppet. And the thing is, that shit is really funny in like my own interest.
What'd I say? It's just a
And
theory.
I always want to find a way to understand comedy and be able to find a way to be funnier. The thing is, as soon as I hit the play and start streaming, I just end up being myself. And it's kind of hard to try and pretend to be all funny and stuff. And when I'm just putting like my own persona, my own self. And I'm terrible if I am to just pretend to be something else. So I'm anything but two-faced. I might say some things and then like say it back, but it could be because I'm bilingual and I tend to like... it may be because I say things wrong sometimes. This one's looking a bit light. Yeah, I know that I know it. Oh, I know you're referencing to Persona. Oh, hello there. I'm not sure. I'm not sure, Crazy.
Well, either way, we're here.
Good to see you all. Yeah. I'm still on stream and I already cried twice again because of the game. And I thought I didn't have any more tears to cry.
Calm down.
I'm calm.
I know, there's nothing like it.
I know. I think I'm crying. I was crying mostly, and I think I'm about to cry again because of the thought. Oh boy. But it's it's because I was so willing to be able to turn the game around, to be able to help so many players, and the fact that that whole plan just goes to a halt, and the fact that I'm just not gonna be able to be in the community or have this whole schedule, this whole routine that we had back again, it's gonna be quite it's gonna be quite hurtful.
Yep, I've got to find me another one to start all over again.
I honestly, when I read the Q and the FAQ of the webpage that leads to the CM Stacy talking about the closing of the game, they say that the accounts will be closed, but they didn't say they were going to be eliminated, nor did they say that the servers would be closed either way. Not closed, but they would be eliminated nor anything. They didn't say anything about eliminated. I think they're still trying to give an idea that there's still like a possibility of the game coming back one day. So they're just like putting putting the game in a way so if there's a way to back things up, it is possible.
That's the way I've been hearing it. They didn't actually say anything about they were going to delete it, destroy it, or anything
There you go, I got you for you.
I'm
Kill
like
it.
you. I think that maybe 6, maybe a year, they might bring it back, but have it Skyforge 2,
I'm not
or
sure.
Skyforge 2.0.
Most likely, if it's gonna be like, if it's gonna be similar to many other MMORPGs, there's possibility of like private servers. If you don't play Penguin, and that game has so many private servers. It's crazy. But it's more possible to have private servers than to possibly have like a sequel to the game. The thing is, this game has so much goddamn potential to still be one of the best MMORPGs out there. And I honestly just cannot see it otherwise. I still try to see like Throne of Liberty to be really good, but I just cannot change my mind about it. I cannot change my mind about Skyforge. I just can't. And I think this game has so much more potential if it falls to the right hands. Also, I know Scarlet, it's because I'm running this game at medium quality.
Delete it. I'm gonna let it set in there. And I don't mean like,
As if we didn't have enough
oh, like
monkeys.
the
First the
sequels
Reapers
of
with
a
their grave
movie
digger,
or
then
the
the
ones after
mechanoids.
the other one after the other. No, I'm thinking that they're going to continue where they left off here, only with better plans in mind.
Even if they try to remodel the game entirely, like graphic-wise or anything like that, if they keep the whole stuff about it, like the HUD, if it's like the HUD, the combos, not the combos, but the skills, the classes, a lot of the things that that define Skyforge as is, I'm completely okay with it.
Yeah. The only thing I'd like to see them come out with is maybe 2 or 3 other places.
I think it's time we showed them they
You know, unlike, well, like Terra or any of the other places that we have to go to, but bigger and better. Give us more to do in each one.
I mean, they really need to, if they had time and they were thinking about closing the game, I wish they could put more thought into Indian Wasteland. To reenact to the beginning of Overload on the last day, just in case. It'd be cool to be transported into this world. Oh. Just feel... Is it funny? Is it funny? Or is it just me that I've had dreams that I wanted to believe that this world could have like something based on Skyforge? I think I'm just far too childish to think about this, but I just wanted to dream so badly. I wanted to have a dream. I wanted to believe it so badly that one day I could be like could be summoned by Iana herself and have to fight off invasions or something like that. And I know that's like, and I know that's like the really isn't that like too much? It literally would be putting Earth to danger, and like, well, it doesn't have to be necessarily Earth, but I just wanted to feel like a hero, feel like a true goddess, and feel like be able to do something good. Just be able to reenact the whole game.
You did good things for a lot of different people in this game.
Oh, don't please don't
Helped a lot of people,
don't put me
but-
to cry again.
But no, but you've helped more people in different ways than other people have here. I might have helped them get through this part,
Yep,
or
yep.
this part, but you've helped them do more. You know more about what's going on in here than most other people do.
Well, 6 years is what I only had to be able to understand about this game. Actually, it would do 7. Actually, it would do 6 years. Correctly 6 years. Let me see. I have the the date that I hop onto this game somewhere on the members list. Oh. It was today. Oh my god, I would actually do 6 years of Skyforge today. Actually, for me right now, it would have been yesterday. But it was for you guys. It would be today that I would do 6 years of Skyforge.
Congratulations.
4th of August, 2019.
I was 3 months before they even released it. They had me in for testing for the first 3 months. And then they asked our opinion about it, and it wasn't but 2 days after we turned them in that it went.
My God, I kept saying I was playing this game for 6 years, and actually it's been 6 years. Now I just realized, because otherwise I could be saying like 5.5 or something like that. But today was actually 6 years, and I'm, oh man, I wish it could have been more.
Well, mine was, I was there for, like I said, 3 months while we was testing it. We opened
Pressing
it
with
up.
aliens.
We went all the way through. I did up to about 5.5 years, and then my computer went down. A year and a half later, I got back on it. So, you know, you can throw a year and a half away out of mine.
A year and a half away?
Greetings, future scientists.
Well, no. I did, like I said, 5.5 years. My computer quit. I had to wait a year and a half to get another one, and that was, I don't know, maybe 2.5 years ago when I come back.
You seem weird. It's as if you're seeing something else when you're looking.
So you did
Yeah.
5.5 plus what?
I'm never touching flowers again.
no.
Just the sight of them gives me
5.5
the creeps.
in 2 years.
So you still have more
7.5
than
years.
so you still have more than me though.
Oh yeah. But honestly, I don't know half as much about this game as what some other people that just barely been on that long.
I know because
I
people
don't go
taught
in
me.
there-
I wouldn't be able to know
don't-
jack shit if people didn't taught me anything about this game, nor if I was curious about it.
Well, honestly, when I first started on this game, I couldn't get nobody to do nothing. People was just out for themselves. When this game first started out, this was before, after we started it. But when it got going, nah, you was lucky. If you wasn't in with certain clans or certain guilds, whatever, or pantheons, you didn't get to know shit.
I was really
When I
lucky.
got in with AOD, yeah, when I got in with AOD, I'll tell you what, they taught me an awful lot about this game.
4 or so years from me, 2 years from launch and 2 years for coming back and joining OS. Funny for me, I started off. I remember starting off somewhere in Oceanids and Reapers. I believe it was in a transition of from one invasion to another, and I was in Elysium. But then I stopped because I was far too confused about the game, and I had no idea what to do. And then I came back. It was Gorgonites. I think I was still in the same year. If it wasn't in the same year, it was probably in the next year. It was Gorgonites, and OS invited me. It was actually Agape himself that invited me. And I remember that was probably in the very beginning of Gorgos because they were doing E1s quite often back then. They even eventually invited me to one of the E1s, and I was just like so clumsy that I kept going into every niche egg.
You should have seen me when I first got into mine. My first one, oh, it was hilarious.
Which one was?
Well, from the beginning or when I joined OS. When I actually did my first distortion or my first raid, it was, let me think of which little critter it was, the fish. Which one's that?
The fish, which one? You're talking about the eel one?
Yeah.
That's the third distortion of Oceanids. That's the
Okay, yeah, that one.
Wise Latanu. Yeah, Wise Latanu.
That was the first one I ever got into. And
That's I understand being confusing because of the whole dividing the team kind of thing, plus the swap
Yeah.
of teams. But it's not as hard.
But you know, after I went through the first one, considering the people that not AOD. This was after A or before AOD when I got into one. But after I got into it and it was over and done, Agape didn't say nothing to me that I hadn't heard before from that other guild or pantheon that I was in. I never got invited back to any of them, so I left.
Oh.
I left that pantheon. And then a little bit later is when I got in with AOD, and I stayed with them right up to the time my computer went out.
I remember running around in a 10-man party in the Gorgonite flagship. Oh, not the flagship. I lost as part of it. No, not the flagship. That's the worst place to start. Of all the flagship, that's the worst place to be. I think the Gorgonite flagship is even more confusing than the Fighter Knight one. Am I wrong to believe that? Because I always have to go backwards and onwards and backwards and onwards with the Gorgonite flagship. Well, the Fighter Knight one, so long as you know where to go, you'll know where to go.
Me, when I first did mine, I just went in there and I went to the same place about 9 times before I realized I should have went left instead of right.
Yeah, one
That's
or two
just how bad I was.
That's why we were totally lost and kept wiping. Oh, fuck. That is not a good way to start. But
No.
I don't remember what was my first flagship. Was it the Oceanid one? I have a feeling it could have been the Oceanid one. I have a feeling it could have been the Oceanid one because I believe a lot of people were like, "Oh, this map is so confusing. I don't know where to go." It was like, actually, no. I was the one that was like getting all lost in that map actually.
You seem weird. It's
And
as if you're seeing
and
something
people were like, "Oh, the Fighter Knight one is worse," and I was like, "But I did the Fighter Knight one without any issue at all." And but the Oceanid one, I remember going to one place, and then I don't know what I did. I either went backwards or I dropped down or something. I was in a whole different place that was not where I was supposed to go. So I remember getting lost on that one.
I was called into one. They let me get into one of them. That was before I come over here to OS. But I was in one of them, and this one guy, I guess he was like a Agape. He was one of the main guys. He just flat told me that if I don't change just one of my emblems, that he was going to kick me from the group and kick me from the Pantheon. And I just flat told him, I said, "No, you're not." And I just left.
Jesus Christ. Just changing an emblem?
Yeah. He
An
told
emblem.
me, "You will change that emblem." Yeah, just change that emblem to this. I don't have. Well, you don't need to be in here.
What like the emblems of mercy, the distraction, the pain?
Yeah. Yeah.
I am so
I
glad we
can't
are.
remember.
I am so glad we
sorry, I
are
can't
far
remember.
more.
Yeah.
We are far more patient nowadays. God damn.
Yes. Like I said, it was just all over because I wouldn't change from one emblem to another. He didn't like it because of the one I was using. I can't remember, but apparently he didn't want me to use it. Oh, and then I went into another one. I was an outlaw. I was flat told I couldn't go in there if I was going to be an outlaw. I had to be something else.
Steer wheel
That's why
engines
I'm
were
glad.
absolutely vicious at the start. I am glad I was not part of that time. I am glad that I was part of the
glad I
time
was,
that
yeah.
people were actually kind of decent, were really kind to me.
Oh, this was way in the beginning of it when it first come out. I mean, people was cutting other people up, down, sideways. It didn't matter. If you didn't do what they wanted exactly, you was out. And I don't mean out of, say, like the instant. You would be out of their guild or pantheon and completely away from them, period.
Honestly, I don't remember if Elysium was good. Wasn't Elysium like part of the OS or like Elysium but like was OS or like like Elysium became OS? I'm stupid. But
The
but
way I understand it, that they was both more or less. There was three of them, and all three of them was close. OS, the one you're talking about, and then
Elysium.
there was a. Yeah, I can't pronounce half them names.
It's fine, it's fine. What about the other one?
But anyway, I can't remember the name of the third one. But when we first started out, OS, I was told by I don't know how many people, you do not want to join OS. They are snobby people. They are asshole. I mean, they was cutting them down left and right, but yet they was up there, one of the top people. But like I said, I kept being told, you don't want to join OS. Why? Because of this person, and this person. Can't be no worse than where I'm at now.
And they are flat out wrong.
Every bit of it. When I finally, I can't remember who invited me here, but they asked me if I wanted to come over with them. And yeah. And you know, I haven't had nothing but great reviews about OS since I've been here. Oh, I might have got my butt chewed out a couple of times. I might have been yelled at. Well, yeah.
I know that Agape could have been the one like a little bit part to blame for that, for him like yelling at you, because he's like trying to call out to you and you're like, yeah, like you're like that. but I think OS really is the type of like pantheon that really promotes good behavior, and I think, and I don't think anyone here, if they were to be commanders, would get away if they were to do bad behaviors. I myself, I don't see any pleasure in doing bad behaviors. I don't know about the other commanders. I hope not. Also, I don't know why my wings are going all limpy. But I believe that OS has been like really respectful. Has been growing up precisely because of good behavior. And even though that a lot of other players can talk shit about OS because of like how big they have grown over the years, it's kind of like, well, just look at what they have done throughout the years. They have done nothing but do their best.
That's it. And as far as I know, even on the EU server and here, OS has been up at the top. They've been within the top 3 rankings.
And they weren't on EU for that long.
They still jumped from wherever they was at up to either first, second, or third in running of the OS.
I think OS decided to put the Pantheon on EU server while I was still playing, so it wasn't that long ago.
Oh no, but look at their ranking now over there.
They grew exponentially. So they were already very well known in the name, so they are starting to get really well known in EU as well. Well, again, the whole I don't want to just like say like, oh, OS is the best. For me, it will always be the best. But this is not the whole thing. While we're talking about Skyforge,
Well,
but
I'm sorry, but no, I still got to go with AOD because that one there raised me in this game.
I'm sorry, but
And
the thing is that you say AOD and like, what the heck is AOD?
AOD, that was Angels of Death.
Oh, Angels of Death. I'm not that familiar with them.
We was back in the beginning. Like I said, we was way back in the beginning of that one. And for every one of their members that was an AOD member,
His under
they
server is always.
called
It's
us
kind of close as
privately,
well, so.
and they wanted our address, nothing bad. They sent us a mouse pad that had AOD on it.
Really? They gave you
Yeah.
guys a mouse pad?
Yeah, hang on.
Are you actually gonna take a photo and give it to me? Uh,
No, I've already got it here. I just gotta bring it out real quick.
No way he's actually gonna like bring it out like a mouse spot from Skyforge. They really actually made mouse spots from Pantheons from back then. The game was huge back then, really huge. I'm getting really itchy in my feet. Think, 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 think. Also, for those for me too, and those who are watching my stream and also have access to my Discord, please remind me if I forget to launch up the list of games. If I have not done that by before 4 p.m.
Okay, go on off topic real quick.
Sure, hey, go ahead.
Yep, go off topic. You'll see it.
Oh, it's on the off topic.
Yeah, off topic mature.
Oh, that looks awesome.
Yeah. Like I said, every member that was in AOD, they sent one of them to us. I think maybe 75 or 100 of us in there. You know, we wasn't like OS was, but you know, we still had quite a few members. That's what I was kind of hoping they would do here, but
I think there was hope that the game was gonna grow. I think that's what 4 games was trying to really do. I mean, the whole change of weaponry, the changes that we're gonna do with weapons and adding the idols and having those things to change main stats and secondary stats. I think that was huge. I think that was even bigger than the last thing that they did was kind of like a little big, which was adding nightmares to distortions. I thought that was way big, like really big. Though I think that was a huge leap of like updates, like progress for the game. But then suddenly
oh
they
yeah,
just cannot really continue with the game anymore. And I don't think that's partially. I don't think that's the 4 games' fault. I think that's the rights holders' fault. Like they
yeah.
mentioned, it's a. I'm not sure if it's Innova. It's not Innova. I don't. It's. I think it's Music Group LLC. That's the rights holder apparently. And
I have no idea who all that is.
I don't remember
All I
either.
know is that we're closing down.
And it just says that the rights holder are the ones that are not going to be able to pay for the game anymore.
Have you seen the latest
Hence
news?
why the
They
game's
say
not going to be
the
able to
Greens
continue
are preparing
further.
an attack.
Honestly,
Well, maybe that's what they're doing because if they don't want to pay for it no more, then after so long, it becomes available to any and everybody that has the money to continue with it.
one thing I just hope is this game doesn't fall in the hands of Nintendo.
Yeah.
I just hope it doesn't fall in the hands of Nintendo. God, if it does, we are doomed.
Each of these worlds has its own
It
form of
does.
life.
They won't get me because I'm not getting the one.
It's not
I
because
give all them up when.
no, it's because the Nintendo is far too fucking greedy nowadays. That's why. They're gonna be increasing the
Yeah.
prices of all the packs of the game or anything like that is to an insane levels. Plus, I don't even know if Nintendo hasn't even any MMORPGs in their games even. So I don't think that's even a possibility they'll consider. But I just hope the game, even though it seems like they're not gonna be deleting anything, they're gonna keep the accounts. Apparently, they're gonna keep the servers, but everything is just gonna be unaccessible. You'll also get every video claimed for copyright. Nintendo has been heartless in that regard. Yeah, I think every video I would do about the game will be copyrighted. I will be gone from this world. If my YouTube channel will still be up with the videos.
Was she the one he married then?
But if they are to still keep the servers, although not accessible, but still keep the servers, still keep the characters, still keep the accounts. That means that it means that the devs are planning to give the game to someone else eventually. As almost as if they don't want the game to die.
Well, no, there's too many followers. There's too many people in here. Well, not like they used to be, but if they could keep all the bugs out, not all of them, but keep most of the bugs out and other stuff like that, then I think that a lot of these people would come back to this game.
Yeah, they need. It's like one person. I saw like a comment of someone saying like if they could just like shut down the game for like a few months and then bring it back like completely fixed, it would have been alright. But it's almost as if they're trying to really shut it off for forever, you know. But
Yeah.
I mean it would be my dream right now if some big company. I mean, for some reason, my brain is going for Sega, which doesn't even make fucking sense though. But some big company that has like tons of money and doesn't have is known to make really good content, stuff like that, will get the hands on Skyforge and be able to provide a lot of content after that. I think maybe one day more companies need to use the classic marketing strategy. It's proven to work. I don't know that marketing. I don't know, but maybe I'll look it up eventually.
I'll
But
just wait. Eventually, they'll put an email out or send us all out an email saying that Skyforge will be starting back up. Please join us back.
oh, would have been my dream. Absolutely my dream to be able to
Hell, I'll
restart.
just go down. I'm going to wait a couple of months and then I'm going to get a hold of some of them people and see how much they want and just buy it outright. How's that?
Wish you have the money, because that feels like it's gonna be more like a group effort kind of thing.
Yeah. Honestly, even if I did have the money to buy it, I wouldn't know how to even start.
Yeah, that's the hard part.
Yeah, I know how to actually start, reach over there
Him.
and push
He's
my
the
button
curse
to
of
start my
Ilion.
laptop up or computer up. But other than that, I wouldn't know the first thing about how to program, deprogram, or fix problems in a game. I
I
guess that's why they hire people.
I think Skyforge needs some time. I have a feeling inside of me that what Skyforge needs is some time for people to fix it. And that if people are willing to put their talents to work for this game, it can rise to the grave again. It absolutely can.
Yep.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm already past my time. So
That's
I wish I could
I
stay for longer,
tell you,
but I'm like I need to like change clothes or something because I'm sweating like a pig here. So thank you guys for showing up. I'll just put up the announcement eventually that says that no raids happen. But hopefully there's no other delay. There's no other evasion extension. So we can hope for Mechanoid invasion already on Wednesday.
I'm never touching flowers
yeah,
again.
well, they
Just
hadn't
the
put it
sight.
out yet, but I'm either thinking Wednesday or Thursday.
It
One of the
it's
2 days.
supposedly gonna be on Wednesday since they've been keeping up mostly on Wednesday. But let's see if tomorrow they say something because they
Well, yeah,
usually
'cause
announce anything tomorrow.
I asked Agapi earlier if NA was going to do the
That's horrible.
first
How did you
first
escape?
players, and he said he don't even know yet about EU, so they're just waiting.
Yeah, we'll see. But thank you guys for showing up. Like I said millions of times on the previous night
So an
raids,
immortal saved you?
on the even though we're gonna wait the 2 weeks on the max as promised, let's try to make the most of it on the last night raids. Even though because at one point not gonna be at home, I'm gonna bring my laptop. Maybe I'm not gonna be able to communicate. So there's gonna have to be a way for people to. There's gonna have to wait that I'm gonna be able to do the raids with you guys. that someone has to talk from me, like through me. I'm not sure what I'm trying to say, but basically what's gonna happen
You'll
is
get
like
it figured out.
basically I'm gonna pass like a week. I'm gonna be going through a week in Spain. Yeah, transcribing, kind of like that. I'm gonna be passing a week in Spain, like vacation, and I'm just gonna bring my laptop, my mouse pad, and perhaps just my headphones. Also, since my headphones do have microphone, maybe I'll be able to talk, but I have not used this microphone in a long time, so I'm not even sure if it works. So let's see.
You'll
Thank you
be
guys.
fine. We'll see when it happens. Thank you for being here for us.
Thank you guys, and now see you guys next time. Oh, God. That was quite a talk. And even though there's gonna be even more future talks, eventually, I there's still gonna be much more to to uh uh to talk about this. I'm honestly gonna be way too heartbroken, frankly. I'm gonna try my best to still be positive about things. I mean, what else can I do? I cried way too much today. I thought I was not gonna cry more, but yet again, I was proven wrong. I cried again. I guess it really just takes one or few things to think about it and it just takes you down the road. But yeah, I'm already like a little late to stop the stream. We were like talking, trying to reminisce on a few things. And that felt good. That felt really good. So let's up on but up to the next scene. Ooh, it's really hot in here. It's about the same same temperature as last time actually. But I really need to open a door or something. But it feels I don't want to say awkward, but it has like a different vibe having to go through this situation. I know some people have definitely been through a situation where they've been playing and adoring through a game for like years, and suddenly the game just goes away from their lives. The thing with me is that I dedicated not only my time, but I dedicated a lot of my energy. I dedicated a lot of my passion. I've done many things for this game. And not only the fact that I've dedicated those things for selfish reasons, it was also because I wanted to be part of a great community for a very long time and be able to be there for other people that needed my help. I think that's what breaks me the most. And also, it's gonna be quite a big one for me to heal. I wonder if my mom was gonna be like entering my bedrooms and be like, "Did he cry again?" And I'm like, "No." I'm not gonna be good at lying. My face says everything. If I've been crying, my goddamn nose is gonna be all red. I cannot lie. Oh, my cheeks. My cheeks also get really red if I cry. I cannot. I cannot hide the fact that I cried, or I cannot lie and say that I did not cry. I can, like, if I cried for a while and it's been like some time already, I can say that I just like got a cold or something. I can get away with that. But it's been really recent, I just cannot get away with it. But aside from the sad thing that has been today, it's been really melancholic. It's been sad mostly. It's gonna be something that I'm gonna have to reminisce every single stream that I'm gonna be doing of Skyforge. I know every Skyforge stream that I'm gonna be doing from now on, it's gonna be something very possibly depressing, perhaps. But I want to be able to remind myself every time that I want to put up this game and show it to you guys the changes that this game really brought up to me. So I know I seem very serious. I know some of you are just here for the funs, and I completely understand. But I've dedicated a lot of my time for this game, and I've only been streaming for 2 years. But this game has took 3 times that time for me, and I wish to be doing far more. if there's a possibility that this game comes back in the future, I would not hesitate to give my hand again to this game, because I know that this game has so much more potential to come out with revolution. I cannot say the word. Just completely change the world of games as a simple MMO, despite just really being a simple MMO. But anyway, hope you enjoyed tonight's stream. Okay, I'll be joining you guys on Friday now. It's gonna be usual this live stream on Sunday now. You guys get to decide which game I'm gonna be playing next. A list of games will be released on Discord this Wednesday. Please remind me if I forget to release the list before 4 p.m. because I'm actually not gonna be at home at 3 p.m. So I'm probably gonna have to release the list before that. Even though I can release the list after 4 p.m., I would rather have things done before that point. And I will continue with Skyforge again on the next Monday. However, the Monday after the next, I will be in Spain. So there's gonna be a whole week where I will not be able to do streams, but you guys will know when that time comes. So for all my lovely angels, hope you have a lovely night. And see you again soon. Bye bye.